What's going on, guys? It's Justice here and welcome to a new stream. I am multi-streaming today, so this stream is going to be over on the YouTubes as well, so the VOD will be saved. Hopefully it goes okay over the next hour or so. The main idea tonight, guys, there has been another combat rework. I wasn't expecting a V3. So this is the third iteration of the combat beta, basically. So it's pretty exciting. I've gone in blind. I've not read anything about it. I am currently just on the main live world here with my main account. And let me just go and get my dual wields on. But yeah, basically, I'm hoping I can do some PVM on it, but my main intention here is just to read up on it. I don't have like 8 hours where I can just play and test the combat feel, which is a shame, but I just want to read it and see if the classes, the styles really do have their own identities. That's something which Jax are trying to hone in on. They're trying to create distinguishable combat styles from each other. So I want to go and see what their take on it is. So I'll read the dev blog. I also want to do some Completionist Cape progress as per usual. But we'll start off by reading the dev blog. But make sure to say hi, guys, in whatever chat you are in. That'll be awesome. So I know I'm speaking to some other people as well. That'll be sweet, live. So you can like add your takes in the chat and they will be stored as well on the VOD. So yeah, feel free to chip in and contribute. If you do hear anything in the background, it's just my two boys gaming as well. So I think they're on Fortnite. What are you playing, mate? Which one? The which one? Oh, what's it called? Metal Ball. Oh, Meta Ball. Okay, interesting. He's playing a Game Pass game. Xbox Game Pass. Oh, man. Would have loved that when I was a kid. I mean, there is something special about going to the game store and just, like, buying your own game and then taking it back, unboxing it, putting the disc in and just going ham with it. And trying to get as many hours out of that one game as you can. But, yeah, there is something special about the physical aspect. But, like, if I had something like Game Pass back in the day, and you could just go in and see what the latest, like, game releases are on it, or just have a huge catalog of games you could just instantly download and play. Like, that's so sick. But yeah, let's get into the combat beta. There's a ton of people streaming it right now on Twitch, actually, which is pretty sweet to see. So I don't know how many people are tuning into this stream, but nonetheless, we're just going to crack on because this is being stored as a VOD anyway. So we're going to crack on and yeah, commentate through and just see where we go with it. So I'll bring up the vlog and we'll go from there. I do really want to play some Scape as well, so we'll skim read through and see what we think about the combat identities and things from what the devs have written. Hi again, Scapers. Over the past few months, we've been running a series of betas to give you hands-on access to our planned combat modernization update. So remember, guys, a lot of this is focused on early to mid-game. That's like a big focus for them. But clearly, it does have a huge impact on endgame. So we do have to be mindful of that. Okay, here we go. they are trying to modernize combat even further. I think the main takeaway for me here, do I understand where they're going with this after reading this? Do I understand where they're going with it? Like, just as a first take, like just reading it for the first time, going in blind, do I get what they're trying to do? And what's my initial first impressions on, you know, the direction they're taking in, and whether there are clear identities or not. So let's have a quick look. They want to lock in the feel of each style and resolve any outstanding feedback from previous betas. And then the next week is just going to be focused on bug fixing. Okay. So the first major thing is adrenaline clarity. It's clear from your feedback that 0 adren abilities didn't quite fit. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people didn't like it. The way maybe there was too many. Maybe that's what people didn't like. I'll have to go and log into the beta to see which ones they've changed. But overall, we were just thinking about this conceptually. I liked the idea, actually, of some of the situational abilities not being a builder or a spender. Because it made it very, very clear to new players that this is a situational ability that will empower something else or change your abilities or, yeah, enable some of your abilities to become AoE or something like that, using the chain ability as a reference on magic. So considering they weren't intended to be in your core rotation, it kind of made sense that they didn't really have a build or spend aspect to it. It seems like people were complaining about there being no feedback, but I don't quite understand that part, because ultimately you're deciding to press that button and you're going to know what's about, like, you should know what the point of pressing that button is. There is a risk that with it now generating adrenaline again, let's say a couple of these abilities, that again, new players are going to start just using it because it's just an ability to use, when in reality, an auto attack might be more damage on single target. So I'd have to go and check which abilities they've changed. But if that was the general consensus, then, you know, I'm not going to go against the general consensus. I personally didn't see a major issue with it. But again, I've not done like 50 hours of testing. But my initial impression is that it made it clearer that these were situational abilities. But moving on, we've moved all basic attacks to fire every 3 cycles. Okay. That does make sense. It felt really jarring, the whole 2-cycle thing, and I kept missing my abilities because the GCD was changing. I think that did feel a bit weird. That felt really weird. Even though it was like quite literally a difference in a game tick or something, that difference just felt so significant. So they were originally exploring letting fast weapons, so like dual wield for example, attack every 2 cycles. However, frequent feedback stated that felt clunky and out of rhythm, and it did really with the rest of the combat system. So they've moved that back to just 3 tick cycles every time. So that'll just provide more consistency, and that base GCD will stay the same every time. Yeah, that's fair enough. They can always like try and explore some other things in the future, but it felt really odd. So if it felt jarring to us, it probably would feel jarring to a new player, I think. I'm not going to read that. Basically, they want to add skill cape perks to the 120s because they're going to raise the skill cap to 120. So that makes sense to add some perks to that. I don't have the brain power right now to think of any beyond. It's worth noting that whilst, okay. What's this about? Oh, they're changing the UI for the abilities based on loads of feedback. I've got that literally in a UI video that is in the process of being edited. And I state about this because I know the RS guy and a couple of others have mentioned just making it much clearer to players and grouping the abilities better in the ability books. So it looks like they're going ahead with that, which is a really good thing. Some icon changes. Yeah, right. Let's get to the identities. So, style identity, melee to start. Melee previously has always had a bit of an identity issue. However, we think the addition of Bloodlust and rebalancing in the last bit has lined it up quite nicely. Melee is a self-sufficient style that wins through raw numbers. Its abilities are simply stronger than their counterparts in other styles, whether that's generating more adren, dealing higher base damage, or offering built-in bonus effects. This extra value offsets its core weakness, being forced into close range, and we think this fits the style well. Okay. So in general, what they're saying is high risk, high reward, and that melee should stay that way. It is interesting that... Yeah, it is interesting. I don't know how many other MMORPGs put a great emphasis on damage with melee classes, because I think a lot of other MMOs take the approach of, well, some people just prefer being in melee, and some people just prefer being in ranged. Obviously, if a ranged class has insane damage, and also has the versatility and is safer from a distance, then yeah, sometimes that can cause balancing issues if some melee classes are lower on damage. It is riskier being a melee on any MMORPG. Same with WoW, getting hit by close ranged attacks, AoE abilities. You also have downtime on damage, technically, with melee as well. More downtime in damage than the other classes. Because if you have to dodge an attack and go out of distance, you're clearly not doing any damage at that point. Whereas with ranged classes, you can constantly fire in abilities whilst you're moving, and that is a really neat trick that you learn with RuneScape combat over time. You're sort of spam clicking whilst hitting your abilities, and it sends off the abilities whilst you're still moving. So a lot of ranged classes on this game, like, well, ranged and magic, can get away with that, and necro. So yeah, melee probably should have more base damage for all of those reasons. I guess that's the identity that they're focusing on here. So like Bloodlust, increased damage than the other styles, but you're going to have more downtime and it's riskier. Okay. This does sound quite interesting. But I know there's like a long-standing issue of whether it's worth it to camp melee or not. Let's read. Have a swig of a drink. Hey, love to fight. Just got it. Is it looking and feeling good? Just starting. Yep, just starting. Just starting. So you're seeing it live. Okay. Ability modification. Following the last beta, we understand that while you liked the idea of Bloodlust, its execution left some room for improvement. Yeah, it did. I didn't get to test Bloodlust, actually. That was a new ability they put in beta version 2. Just lower the audio down in game for a minute. Its execution left some room for improvement. Bloodlust now generates from basic abilities, while Rend, formerly pressing blow, generates 2 stacks. This allows for increased choice throughout the fight, reducing the feeling of wasting a global cooldown on a basic attack when you could be empowering a better ability. We are further leaning into the power fantasy of a berserker. Okay. Ensuring that stacks are generated frequently enough to impact your gameplay while offering adequate choice. Okay, so they don't explain, like on this new blog, you'd have to go and read the other blog to know what Bloodlust is, to then understand what the heck they're on about here. So what I'll probably do, if you give me a second, I'm going to have to log into the beta. So I'm going to log into the beta so I can actually read the abilities. Because they don't give the context in this blog. You have to read the other blogs, or you have to have been in the beta. So I'll come back to this. Open the beta. Okay, it's loading up. Bear with me. How you guys doing anyway? All good? Happy Friday. Loading out. What the heck's that ability, man? They've changed the look. Oh, they've got new icons now. So yeah, Combust actually looks different. Well, that was like weirdly delayed. Maybe there's a lot of people playing right now. Don't think it's, yeah, it didn't load in like a new save of my character because I still have the full Tumicans here. Let me just get the melee out. Here's the melee. Let's get the melee out. It's not going to be like perfect melee or anything. Oh, it's Wazzy. Nice. Let me go and check what melee gloves you can get. Actually, I'm not really that bothered. Let's have a look at the melee spellbook. Where's Bloodlust? I don't even see it. Huh. Alright, I must be missing something because I don't even see Bloodlust anywhere. Unless it's just something that happens as a passive when you attack 1 minute. Oh yeah, it is. Okay. It literally, it's just a passive effect, okay. Which builds up with basics. Oh. I've got 4 stacks now. And then it changed color as well. It looks like 4 stacks is max. Okay. So it just says Bloodlust, but it's not actually telling me what Bloodlust does. This is kind of annoying right now. So I'm just like approaching this like as if I was a player. Because if I wasn't reading blog right now, that would appear. And it doesn't even tell me what it does. Anyone help here in the chat? Nope. Going solo. Okay, let me bring up the blog again. I might bring up like blog v2 or something, I don't know. I think this is pretty bad though, that I'm either being dumb, but like a new player isn't going to be as experienced as me on the game, and I just started attacking and then Bloodlust is there, but it's not telling me what Bloodlust is doing. Maximum number of Bloodlust stacks are increased by 4. So what, it goes to 8. And you also generate 4 instantly. But what is Bloodlust? Generates, consumes Bloodlust to empower your... Consume 4 Bloodlust stacks to empower itself. It heals you for 275 plus 4% of the damage dealt. Okay. So Bloodlust basically has different uses based on the ability. Okay. So if I consume 4 Bloodlust stacks here, then it empowers myself. Wait, empowers itself. I don't think there should be a dash next to heals, because that's not obvious that that's coming from the Bloodlust, but I presume that's what it means. It then heals you for... Okay, so Assault also heals you now, so there's a bit of, like, self-healing. And then if I use Greater Flurry, it consumes 4. And then it deals 2% increased damage for each 1% life point you're missing. I'm not quite convinced that this is linked. I'm gonna have to read the blog here. Yeah, so Fury generates 1. So basics generate 1 stack each. I'm still confused at, like, what happens. Let me just check, I guess. Tooltip is not very clear. I'm guessing that when I consume this, I'm going to get healed. But I think just like the dash that it's another bullet point is not very clear on the tooltip. Yeah, so it's healing me. Obviously, I'm full health, so it's 0. Good. Okay, so I know that the second thing now means it's linked to the Bloodlust. Okay, so if I use Greater Flurry, it's going to deal 2% increased damage. Okay. For each 1% life point. You're missing up to a maximum of 50. Huh. So it deals increased damage for each life point you are missing. That's interesting. Like, so it's going to reward you for staying and camping at low health. It's only a 20-second cooldown as well. I wonder if this becomes like a decent damaging ability then, as well as like reducing the cooldown of... Each iteration extends the duration of Zerk. Oh, okay. Have they changed how Greater Flurry works then, actually? So it doesn't reduce the cooldown of Zerk, it extends the duration of it. So you're actually going to want to use Flurry in your Zerk now. That's interesting. I mean, that's how I'm reading it. I'll keep on reading the dev blog. And if you camp lower health by... if you're sub 50% health, basically, is what that's saying. It's probably good that they capped out at 50, otherwise you'll get some crazy people, like... It might not be fun to try and min-max that and be super, super low health and then just die all the time. But it does benefit you here being sub 50% health, if you are going to use Flurry frequently and use it in your Zerk. That's interesting. But I guess then when you use Assault, you can heal over it. But you're not going to want to heal over 50% before you use, let's say, Flurry. I'm just like theorizing here by just reading the abilities, not looking into anything else, as if I'm a player coming in and just reading these for the first time as I unlock them. I'm like, how would I use this? Okay. I'll have a look at the dev blog again, now that I understand Bloodlust. Does it not show on other abilities as being empowered by Bloodlust stacks? I'll check how many abilities that it shows as. I'm guessing it shows on a lot of the spenders. I'm guessing it empowers every single spender, but that is a good question. I'll bring it up. So let's have a look at the spenders. So you've got Assault where it heals you. Overpower it doesn't, and I think that's been converted back to an ultimate. Oh, Smash has been changed to Rend. Slice through your target, melee damage. It generates 2 blood stacks. Whereas some of the basics only generate 1 blood stack. So that's actually really good to generate blood stacks. That's a 10-second cooldown. So you're going to want to use that quite often, because that generates more stacks. Or you're going to want to know it generates 2. I wonder if this like adds quite a lot of intuition. The problem is, so you're going to manage blood stacks and you're going to manage Adren. And 4 is your max stacks. I can see how this is like playing into each other now. I wonder how intuitive this feels. Where every single time you know you hit an ability, you should roughly know where your stacks are. I mean, again, this is where the UI would be amazing if, like, Bloodstack, I could, like, size that and make it really big while I'm learning. or even just in general, if this is so, like, important. I could just have it here all the time and then know intuitively when I hit a button that it's going to change my blood stack, and then I know I'm going to go into a spender. Like, that'd be pretty sweet. Assault's only a 6-second cooldown as well, so that's going to be... Basically, whenever you're on 4 stacks, you're probably going to have Assault. Especially if you're using some other spenders as well, like, you know Assault's going to be there. Which is quite interesting, if you're going to use it to heal anyway. I'm just speaking out loud here, it might not make sense, because I'm, like, figuring this out on the spot, and I'm not, like, a... I'm taking this from, like, a casual PVMer's point of view, because, you know, I'm not, like, no life in the game these days at the moment, so... I'm just kind of... taking all this in. Let's have a look. Your question was, like, are there other spenders doing other things? So Hurricane is a two-hander only ability, but again, I think a lot of people use like the EZK on two-hander, or maybe they use some other two-handers, but early game, mid game, you know, you're not going to have... It'll just be whatever weapon you have is... whatever your highest power weapon is. So maybe like at some point it'll be Dragon Rider Lance and stuff like that. So it'll depend on what you're using and whether you want to switch between dual wield and that. What does Hurricane do though? It consumes it, and then the melee damage to target... It empowers itself and just does more damage, basically. So, it just does more damage. Hurricane just does more damage with empowerment. We've already spoke about Flurry. There's actually not that many spenders, you know. Meteorite is an ultimate, so that's not going to do anything. That's an ultimate. When you hit Zerk, you instantly generate 4, but you can get up to 8 in your Zerk. The overpower cooldown reduced to 9 seconds. Wow, okay. That's kind of crazy. So you're going to be fitting more overpowers into your Zerk then. So Zerk naturally lasts 20 seconds, but if you use Flurry, you're going to extend it as well. How many hits is it? 8 hits as well. That's quite a lot of seconds extension. So you're definitely going to... So you can fit 2 overpowers into your Zerk now, quite comfortably. Like, quite comfortably whilst using some other abilities as well. Okay, so the only spenders in melee, from what I can see, are Assault, that heals you with Bloodlust. We've got Hurricane if you use the two-hander, and that's just more damage. And Flurry does more damage if based up to... There's more damage based on missing health, up to a maximum of 50%. As in 50% missing health is how I interpret that. So just stay sub 50, basically. Or around that. Don't go beyond... Well, does that make sense? Like... There's no benefit going, like, way beyond sub 50, because you're just risking it for no reason. And that seems to be the only spenders. Okay. That is interesting. Obviously, your special attack won't do any interaction here. So, like, if you have the Dagger Special or Dragon Claws or something, whatever people are using these days, your special isn't going to consume blood plus stacks, I presume. So, effectively, I think you're getting some lifesteal. I'm pretty certain Flurry they've changed. I guess I'll read that now in the dev blog. Flurry used to heal you, so instead they've just made it, like, do more damage based on missing health, and then now it's Assault that heals you. I wonder how much self-healing that feels like. That's probably quite a significant self-heal, maybe. 4% of the damage you deal as well. And it's 4 hits. That might be okay healing, actually. Okay. Let's read the dev blog. I get what's going on now. With the abilities anyway. why the music's so loud in the beta. Right. Give me a minute. I'll hop over to the dev blog. There we go. Okay. Wait, where's melee? Nope. Magic's the one I understand the most. I won't be able to cover ranged, I'm afraid, guys. I might glance over the abilities and see how it sounds, but I've not tried ranged, and I'm not an experienced ranged player either on RuneScape, so I'm not the best person to comment on ranged. Okay. So we've got Rend now, which generates 2 Bloodlust stacks, so you're going to want to use that as your main Bloodlust generator when it's off CD. Punish is now... Okay, that's been changed into a basic ability, and it generates, wow, 4 Bloodlust stacks? Oh, no, it generates 1 now. Okay. No longer generates 20% Adren against targets below 50% HP. Interesting. Yeah, this is one of those that didn't cost Adren. So... sorry, this is one of those that didn't generate Adren, my bad. Now it generates Adren again. So they reverted that change. I think for this ability, that kind of makes sense, actually. Because this, I know it's situational, but you are, like, attacking something, and you're expecting to do something by attacking them. Like, you're executing, you'd expect to get some extra rewards out other than just damage. So I think that's a good call on Punish. Oh, Chaos Roar generates as well, though. Okay, so that didn't generate Adren either. Let me just check what that does in the game again. It was something about, like, triple hitting. If it does the same thing or not. So that just generates 1 stack. It also generates Adren. And it empowers your next strike. Your next melee ability within 7.2 seconds deals 1.75 times base damage. Okay, so it just empowers and you do 1.75 times increased damage. Okay. But it also generates, and it's 1 minute. Release a Savage Warcry. Is it because it actually does damage as well? That's probably why. That they want it to generate. Let me have a look. So I can't see with so many bloody abilities going on in this place. Now it's on a massive cooldown. Release a Savage Warcry, empowering your next strike. I mean, yeah, the way that reads is that it's literally doing damage as you roar. So yeah, I mean, if an ability does damage when you use it, then it probably should generate Adren, I guess. Or spend it, one of the two. If it was like off GCD and it was just to empower your next attack, then it shouldn't generate Adren. But I guess this isn't off GCD like the Runic Charge on Magic. I'll go and read Magic in a minute and just check that that's still off GCD and that it also still doesn't generate. So we'll come to that. Yeah, I mean, that's fine, I guess. Melee didn't have a lot of generators either, so maybe that's like balancing out their Adren because they started to feel a bit starved on Adren on earlier betas. Does that make sense? Meteor Strike. Oh, that's gone up to 60% Adren cost. Wait, they've lowered the Adren gain again? Interesting. So they've actually nerfed Meteor Strike again. They keep going back and forth with this one. So this is like an important ability with melee. It works a bit like Tsunami, I believe. And after using it, it generates Adren over time. It's a little bit like Tsunami, but this one reads as melee basic abilities generate 1.5 times Adren. And you generate 4.5% of Dren every 0.6 seconds while you have a melee weapon equipped. 30-second duration as well. It's kind of crazy how long that lasts. It's good. So it lasts a good amount of time. That should last over your whole Zerk, even with the extension, I think, with Flurry. Yep. Okay. I mean, I don't know if it's been nerfed. Like I said, I can't remember the earlier betas. Generating 1.5 times Adren, though, on your basic ability sounds really nice. So, that just sounds good in general. That's an extra 50% Adren from that. Yeah. You're getting some good Adren there, to be honest. Are there any crazy, like, basics that generate more Adren than just 9%? Yeah, Adaptive Strike. Yeah, you are going to get a lot of Adren from Meteor Strike. Because you get a passive 4.5% anyway, on top of just more from your basic abilities to like build up quicker, to spend quicker. That's cool. Okay. And then you should hopefully have enough Adren then to fit in like multiple overpowers into your Zerk now. Because Zerk reduces the cooldown of overpower by 9 seconds. Okay. Interesting. You can kind of see the synergy here. Basic attack, bloodlust effect removed. I don't know what that means. Oh, there was a bloodlust effect on the basic attacks. Okay, I don't know what that effect was, but now it just generates a stack. Okay. Assault. A lot of bloodlust effects felt like they had application in the late game through minor effects like critical chance, but it left them feeling unimpactful in the early game. To be honest, I can see the early mid game people really wanting to use abilities that heal them. Like, I can see that actually. It does sound awesome to be able to hit an ability and get healed, especially if you're just learning or going into a fight with melee and getting massively punished because you're like learning mechanics and everything. You're not going to be as good as an endgame PVMer like as experienced, so getting that self-healing sounds really nice. As a result, we're swapping the assault effect to something that has early application with some niche use cases late game. And also gives melee some much needed sustain. Yeah, it's that sustain. Wonder how this actually feels, like how much healing you're getting. I need some mates to go bossing with, man. I need some people on the beta, I mean. Bloodlust, plus 15% crit strike chance. It now just heals you. Okay. Yeah, so they're going away from this and they're just going into what can it provide, like what niche thing can it provide that's actually going to help sustain. Hurricane just deals additional damage, yep, red. And then I've read Flurry already. Flurry was odd on paper. On paper, Berserk reduction sounds good, but in reality it often did nothing as players wanted to wait for other important buffs to line up. Yeah. We're moving the effect over to something a little bit more useful. Oh, reduces the cooldown of Zerk each iteration, not each hit. Oh, I misread that. Right, yeah. I was thinking that was kind of crazy. I was adding it up across 8 hits, like I was 8 timesing it. Okay, I mean, it's a 20-second CD. I mean, that's not going to be so it's going to... What does it mean by iteration? So it's not hits. So iteration just means you hit it once and it just extends your Zerk by only 0.6 seconds. Yeah, I'm not understanding that correctly. What does it mean by iteration in this context? Swing both weapons per hit. Let me just go and use it for a second. Yeah, I don't know. Swing both weapons rapidly around you. Melee damage per hit. 8 hits, stuns and bites. Each iteration extends the duration, consumes. Yeah, I'm sorry, Jax. I don't know what you mean by iteration, I'm afraid. So I'm approaching this as if I'm, like, super dumb. And I'm reading this right now and... like, as if I'm super new, sorry. And fresh. And I'm sorry, but I don't know what you mean by an iteration. And how that differs to a hit. If it literally is just one entire cast, every like an iteration counts as just hitting it once, like just hitting the ability, I mean, then 0.6 seconds is nothing in terms of an extension. So that's why I'm confused. I just can't see it being an iteration, like just when you hit it once, unless something's reducing the cooldown. A flurry, it's already on a 20-second cooldown. Like extending Zerk by 0.6 seconds is just nothing. So it can't mean just hitting the ability once extends it. But I'll have a quick test because I've got Zerk here. So let me have a look. All my ability keybinds are weird on here. We'll see if... I don't even know if we're going to notice it. Let me just see. If it goes up quicker, then we will, I guess. Okay. As soon as it hits on 20, I'll do it. Okay, we'll do it now. Okay, no, it's... okay. Now I understand what it means by iteration. I just had to use the ability. If I didn't do the ability, I wouldn't understand what it means. Basically, it keeps it. I mean, maybe it is extending it then per hit. Let me use it again. How many iterations are there? 1. Why am I so confused? I'll wait for Zerk to come off. Basically, it's keeping it at the same amount of seconds as when I used it. Which means it is sustaining it. I just can't see how many times it's doing it. I guess it's definitely keeping it at the same amount as where my Zerk was when I used it. Why does the blog read like saying not number of hits though? No, not each hit. Isn't it doing it each hit though? Like it'll keep it at 23. Maybe it's doing like 2 hits per like iteration. Maybe that's what's happening. Because I don't have a timer here. Like I can't count how long it's taking me to go through that rotation, if you know what I mean. Maybe it's like 2 hits per iteration or something. Because it is a dual wield. So yeah, maybe it's like doing 2 hits at once. 2 hits per tick or something. That would make sense. And that's why they don't want to say per hit. That's all I can assume. I don't know. It's hard to track. I wish it just said how long it's lasting in seconds, like the ability. It says like X duration of seconds. I think that's the problem with RuneScape, with it being a tick based and not like per second. On like an exact number of seconds on the GCD. They could still say like 4 point whatever. So I might be misinterpreting this entirely though. And I've not got any experts in the chat who can like confirm anything. Which is annoying me. So I'm trying to figure all this out myself. Either way, let's not overthink it. Either way, basically what's happening is it's keeping my Zerk where it's at. So I mean, okay, here's the best way of putting it. You're not using up time in your Berserk to use Flurry. I mean, I guess that's the best way of saying it. I need to simplify this right down and stop thinking about the minute seconds and everything. I'm tired anyway, so I guess ultimately, what is it doing and how does it feel to play? Well, when I use Flurry in my Zerk, I'm not losing any of my Zerk time for the duration of using Flurry. It just stays at the seconds remaining when I used it, right? So that's what it's doing. So you're not losing out on time for using Flurry. And you're going to increase your damage of Flurry based on missing life points. So that's the best way of interpreting it, I think. There you go. Don't know why I spent so long pondering on like the ticks and all that. It's not needed. Just how does it feel to use? Well, you're not losing any Zerk time by using it. And you're getting the empowerment and increased damage of Zerk whilst using it. So that's quite nice. I think in my head I just got totally confused because it said like, hey, it extends your Zerk. So in my head I was like, oh sweet, I can like, it like extends it. It isn't, it's just netting out. So it keeps your Zerk where it was at whilst you're using Flurry. I think they could probably word it better, but obviously I realized what it was doing and what it actually means when I attack the target. So yeah. So I'm guessing it's good damage or not. I don't know. Like, is it good damage? It must just be a good damage. A good spender then. Swing both weapons around 70 to 80% melee damage. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Berserk. Maximum number of bloodlust stacks are increased by 4. Yep, total 8. Abilities still consume 4 bloodlust stacks. Blah, blah, blah. Generates 4 stacks as well instantly. And then basics generate 2 times stacks. So yeah, you're just like insanely bloodlusted. Yeah, you're going into a true berserker mode. And you're just going to be drowning in bloodlust stacks. And you're going to want to consume them as fast as you can. Does overpower change anything with bloodlust? No, it doesn't. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Oh yeah, okay, so Slaughter, they've removed the 3x walk mechanic, so you don't have to walk targets anymore. It was a bit of a weird mechanic, to be honest. It's a really dated concept in RuneScape, really. And a lot of big bosses, you can't walk them anyway, that easily. But yeah, it is a bit of a dated concept anyway. Like, trying to get people used to that, it's just it's a bit janky, really. Okay. Wait, there's a massacre ability? Oh, that's the third bleed, right? As a longer duration bleed, something that you situationally use during longer encounters. We've increased its overall hit count, allowing it to scale slightly better with the Masterwork Spear and allow you to benefit from bleed boosting effects. Okay, they're catering to endgame there, right? They're catering to people wanting to switch to a spear to then apply it onto a boss and then go back to their other main weapons. Yeah. I mean, if I'm being totally honest, guys, maybe I'm a bit lazy, but like I've just never been a fan of having to go to my inventory or keybind like another switch. But I guess not everybody is going to take... I don't know, if it's meta, they will. So other people are going to take an EZK, Lengs, and a Spear? I don't know. I mean, none of this is sounding like I don't know. We'll have to see some pros out there of whether dual wielding is a thing again. And whether you would do that, or whether it's not really worth switching to dual wield and you're just going to use like a two-hander, you know, with like a spear. But we'll see, I guess. I'm not a big fan of switching. I can't see myself putting in the extra effort to switch to a spear just for like one big massacre hit either. It's just annoying to do, so I don't know if I'll do that. Ability additions. With the introduction of the Hurricane cooldown reduction and some changes to Bloodlust, we feel that melee has enough AoE with Adaptive Strike, Hurricane Flurry, and Meteor Strike. As a result, we've removed Quake. Okay, we understand the concern with early game accuracy, which we'll be tackling separately. Okay, cool. Oh, so Quake used to increase your hit chance, like your hit potential. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. If they can tackle that another way, then get rid of the ability for sure. Magic. Okay, read about magic. Let's get our magic stuff on. Let me just do some rotations here. No melee pro, but where's my abilities? I'm like, where's my abilities? I feel like I've got none. Okay, it's fine. Meteor Strike. Adaptive Strike. There we go. What cooldown is that? 5, and that's 15. Okay. 15 seconds is quite heavy, isn't it? On Fury there. Okay. This is way better, though, for the keybind management, for sure. This is way better for keybind management. Oh, render's actually a decent basic. Okay. Of course it is, because that generates 2 Bloodlust stacks. So, Adaptive Strike and Rend are going to be the 2 basics I use the most. Okay. Yo, Mainstone, how you doing, man? It is indeed. What am I going to do here? You know, it's so hard thinking of keybinds on the spot. Not far off what I imagined. Nice. Good. That's reassuring. That's reassuring, dude. How are you, mate? Good to see someone chatting. You're the first person to chat in my Twitch chat this evening. So, good to see you there, man. I'm trying to think of keybinds here before I go on to Mage. It is, Mainstone. It is. It is. Hey, I'm being very consistent. I'm being as consistent as I can right now. I'm just enjoying the game. And I'm sticking on the stream and having a blast, dude. Like, 1.5 hour to 3 hour streams, man. Just having fun with it. I'm really enjoying the game at the moment, in general. I'm going for Completionist Cape for the most part. But everyone is obviously, tonight, everyone's fixated on these combat beta changes. So, yeah, why would they give a shit what I think? So, for sure. I think I can add a lot of value though, mate, in terms of, especially from a player who's played an absolute shit ton of MMORPGs, and I'm coming from the angle of really quite a blind angle, really, you know, from just like not getting into the game. Finally, Mark, where have you been, bro? Where have you been, my man? I've done tons of streams. Where you been? How you doing, Mark? Hopefully you are good. Hopefully all the house move and you've got all through the mad rush of the house move from a little while by. So it's fantastic to see you in the chat, man. How you doing? 3 hour streams, those are rookie numbers. Try having 3 kids, a wife, and a full-time job, bro. Whilst trying to fit in as much gaming time as you possibly can. No salt. Hashtag no salt. I'm a realist, dude. I'm a dad gamer now. I've always, like, balanced stuff, though. I've always used this as a hobby. I've always been working my whole life full-time. Even when, I think when I streamed in that quite a lot, I had, like, an 8-month period where I was between jobs. And then I had to get back into the world of work and be real, you know? Things calming down a bit, thankfully. How's the combat bit? I haven't really tried it. It's definitely changing things, dude. But it's more... I need to about to read up on Magic now, which I understood the most on previous betas. I only have so much time to play, so I am struggling to take it all in the limited time that I'm here. But, and I really just want to play the live game, to be honest, and do comp progress. I don't know how much I'm really influencing this. I think some of the earlier betas that I tried, I had Gyrox Reaper came into my chat, and we were talking about things, and that was really nice. And a lot of what I was saying, he said they were working on because other people said it. So it's good that I'm thinking along the same lines as a lot of other people, some of the high-end players and stuff, and how we feel it's going to impact early, mid to late game. So I'm definitely understanding what's going on, so that's good. But it's difficult, you know, to take it all in. Magic, I really got into it, and I spent a bit longer on Magic. So I did about 3 hours of testing on Magic, and I ended up getting into a rhythm of it and did a rotation, and then they've changed it. So I need to go and see what they've changed with it. But Magic felt better, but it wasn't anything revolutionary. It just felt like a nice gradual evolution. It was, I mean, evolution of combat, right? But it was just, Magic just felt more of the same, and it was just leaning into the critical build. Magic, they are just leaning in. They know that's the identity they want to keep. So they're leaning into the critical chance build and critical damage build. So it's just more of that, and it's more empowering of that type of playstyle. And you did feel like you were getting a lot more adrenaline on the first beta, on the first V1 beta. You felt like you had like infinite adrenaline. So I think they've toned that down a bit. But it really delved into that power fantasy of a critical strike mage. So I'll see what changes they've made on this version 3 of it. I'm gonna go into that now. Melee, they've added this whole concept of bloodlust, where you're not just managing your adren now, you're managing your bloodlust. Also, in general, mate, combat in general, every single style, I think, not sure about ranged, it's more about builders and spenders now, very, very clearly. Thresholds have gone. It's not a straight 50% adren cost or whatever it used to be. Which, when you think about it now, sounds quite expensive, actually. So each spender has like different spend costs, but for melee, they seem to be 25%. And you just got builders, spenders, and then other abilities that are more situational. But they seem to also build now on melee. They kind of went back on what they were going for. Anyway, hope that's an okay summary. There's a lot going on with it. But the main difference with melee is that they've added bloodlust in there as a concept, which... So rather than just managing your adren and your energy, you're now also managing bloodlust. Where your spenders can use up to 4 stacks of bloodlust, and it empowers them to do something. The main two where it's influencing is assault, where you're going to have self-sustain now. So when you hit assault, you're actually going to heal from it, which is pretty cool. So if I use assault here, you'll see like 0 heart. It sounds like it's going to give quite a lot of sustain when you read it on paper, so that's kind of cool. Flurry no longer like reduces the CD of Berserk. Instead, it just sustains your Zerk. So you can use Flurry basically and keep your Zerk at where it's at. So you can see my Zerk timer here, and I use Flurry and it'll just keep it at 23 while I'm just dealing damage. I mean, if anything, maybe it's letting you decide what do you want to do in your Zerk. It's actually, speaking out loud, it's actually a kind of neat idea. Especially for like early to mid-game players, to help them figure out and maximize their Zerk in some ways, so you can deal damage and not lose any time out of your Zerk. That's quite interesting. Maybe you can line something up really cool in a better way. That's how I'm actually thinking right now as a casual player. That's how I'm thinking right now as a casual player. It kind of makes being in your Zerk more forgiving and allowing you to plan a bit better, maybe. That's kind of cool. I've not been in many games where it actually does that, where it like sustains your CD in that sort of way. Kind of cool. Yeah, it gives you time for the abilities to come off CD, yeah. I mean, that overpower is reduced to only a 9-second cooldown in your Zerk. So yeah, it does extend it a bit to make sure you can fit in another overpower or something. And just like finish off your Zerk with like an insane overpower or something. There's a lot of flexibility in that, for sure. Also, basic attacks, mate, from Necro are in every style now. That's a big change. So if I don't press anything, I'm going to do some damage. And the damage isn't even that bad. Like, the damage is decent. You compare it to, like, some of your other basics. Like, Fury, for example. Which is, what, 110 to 130%? And that's 105 to 125%. So you can see it's not much variance. So again, you're always generating adren from hitting like just not doing anything. Like, you get adren from it. So that's interesting. Those are some of the big changes. Also, melee, they've stripped out tons of abilities for melee. TLDR. And you only have one melee book now. They've, like, joined the melee books together and stripped out abilities. Quite a lot of abilities as well. Over 10 abilities, mate. So, yeah. Hello, Jordy. I liked Slaughter. Great damage for increased effort. Yeah, so yeah, Slaughter's, you don't need to walk the target anymore now. So that's kind of good. So yeah, you're going to do some good damage from your bleed. Yeah. It's really hard to tell what damage I'm doing because I can see everyone else's damage. I don't know if you can turn that off in this game. Whether you can turn off seeing other people's damage. I'm not sure. Did range get any more changes? I think it did, yes. I will read through ranged. I'm not an expert on ranged by any means, but I'll read through ranged. Hey, Wazzy, can you hover over it for a sec? Could you just, if you're still there, mate? Yeah, definitely don't type when you're driving, mate. Ask me again what you want me to hover over, and I will. Sorry, I'm looking at 2 chats right now. Yeah, melee abilities were way too much. Yeah, there was way too many of them. Yeah, I think you can get 3 overpowers in your Zerk now, yeah. Which sounds kind of crazy, actually. As long as you've got the adren to spend it. It's 60% cost, though. That is actually massive. Like, I don't know if it is 60%, though. Let me just check, because I think the Zerk Cape still reduces the cost on it. 120... Wait. Have I got the wrong... I've got the wrong mouse profile. There we go. Runescape. Okay, so... I have my World of Warcraft profile. Okay. So, 120... it takes... Okay, yeah. It's only 40% with the Zerk Cape still. Yeah, so I don't know. Let me see how it feels. Wait, I need that on... Where's B? There's B. So Rend generates 2 Bloodlust stacks. That's nice. Okay. This is gonna take a lot. This is gonna take quite a bit of time to get into for sure. As for someone who doesn't like main melee or anything. Okay, so I'm gonna use Blurry just while I figure out what I'm doing. Still got a ton of like stacks. I'm gonna use Assault again. Yeah, I mean, I've also not gotten a Dren pot, right? But yeah, my Dren... Oh, I didn't Meteor Strike either. Okay, so you want a Meteor Strike as well. But you can get up to 8 stacks, actually. So, yeah, see how it only went down to 4 using Assault? Which uses a max of 4. Because while you're in your Zerk, you can get up to 8 Bloodlust stacks. So you can kind of go crazy. Okay, let's just hit buttons for a bit, and then I'm going to read up on Mage. How does this feel then? Because I'm definitely feeling like... I do have to use the auto attack for melee sometimes, I think. You're supposed to use Meteor Strike yet before Zerk? Okay, there we go. And then go now. Let's see how much adrenaline I'm getting without an adrenaline pot. And then I want to use that. And then I want to use that. It's still going up, isn't it, gradually? And it's sustained, then I want to use Assault, because that's a big spender. I mean, maybe I want to use that into... I'd use that onto something else other than Overpower, but that's a second Overpower. I've still got Zerk. Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to have enough for Overpower again. Yeah. And then Overpower on 1 second left. Yeah. So you can fit 3 Overpowers in comfortably. And then I'm going to use my Icy Tempest just because that looks cool. Okay, let's just keep hitting buttons, boys. I'm feeling this. Let's just keep hitting buttons while I learn on the spot here. 4 stacks used to self-sustain. You know what? I'm too scared. When I'm streaming, I'm like too scared because I feel like a noob nowadays, but I'm already getting into it. Oh, yeah, okay. So I should have meteorited earlier, but then I'm instantly back up. I'm going to be 120. Zerk. Instantly into Assault. Overpower, so I can fit 3 in. Sustain for a bit while I decide what to do. Well, Assault's off again. Use. I've got enough for Icy Tempest without costing a Dren. Use. Then I'm going to do an Assault again. Actually, I could have overpowered, but... Yeah, so I should have overpowered there, and then I would have had Overpower again. I need to use Overpower off CD every time. And I guess you need to fit in Chaos Roar as well. So this is what I'm learning on the spot. This is without EZK though, because I've never used EZK, so... I'm going to use Icy Tempest again, because it's off CD and doesn't cost a Dren. Still got 20 seconds for Zerk. It's kind of nice. It's kind of annoying, like, I guess... When Flurry was used to, like, reduce CD of Zerk, that was probably just annoying more than anything, because you felt like you had to use it, even when you didn't want to use it, right? Meteor Strike, go, 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 into Zerk, then... Okay, so within a Dren pot, you'd instantly be able to hit Overpower. Don't know what I'm using Chaos Roar on. I'm going to use Overpower again. 9 seconds. It's going to be a bit... Oh, yeah, I'll sustain it. Right, yeah. So, now I've got Overpower guaranteed when that's over. Boom. And that's within Zerk. Boom. Yeah, it lets you always fit 3 Overpowers in. That's pretty massive. Holy. This is feeling good, man. You can fit 2 Flurries in a Zerk too, yeah, so you can sustain twice. Ooh. This is cool, man. I hate switching, so I'm actually enjoying this right now. Not switching weapons right now and just literally being really immersed into just my abilities, the gameplay, and the boss. I'm enjoying. I don't want to go to my... Well, I guess you can keybind it. I know you can keybind. Okay. I could keybind. That's fine. I could keybind the EZK, I guess. That's fine. I love dual wield, though. Yeah, this is feeling really good, actually. I just, people use Chaos Roar on the EZK spec, right? Which I don't have right now. Yeah, I definitely feel like I've got enough Adren here to do what I want to do. Like, I've got enough Adren here, definitely. I had to cancel that because I want to fit another... Yeah, there's another Flurry there, if you want to use it. I'm not doing something, am I? Wait, why is that not working? What the hell? I'm, like, hitting S right now. Oh, my abilities have, like, cooked out. What? I hate that glitch. What the heck? That glitch is so annoying when you can't use your abilities. I think it was because my ability was not... My ability bar wasn't locked. Okay, I'm gonna have a look at chat quickly, but... I really just need to play, don't I? Because when I was playing there and not worried and concerned, it took about 3 rotations, but I started to get into it. And this is like, without overcomplicating it. So for like mid-game players where they're not going to have like a crazy EZK or whatever. And even endgame players without the bloody EZK. I don't have an EZK on my main account. I'm not that rich yet. I can't have like best in slot on every class, so. Just getting into this is feeling nice, like. I need to check my blood. Right, the next thing is checking my checking that I'm maximizing my bloodlust stacks. But you don't have to worry about that as much with Assault. You only have to worry about that with Assault if you want to heal off it. You're just going to smash it anyway. It's not increasing your damage. I mean, yeah. I mean, in general, maybe that's a bad thing about Lust. Am I even worried about it? Is it even impactful? Am I missing something? Think. It's only going to be impactful to track if I want to heal or I want to do more damage with Flurry when I'm sub 50, when I'm like, you know, around 50% health or like whatever. Like the less health I have, the more damage I do with Flurry, but those are the only two big spenders that it influences from what I can gather. Because it doesn't impact like Overpower because it's an ultimate. It's not impacting any other spender, right? So you're bloodlusting to self-heal basically. I mean, you do get damaged in boss fights, so pretty badly with melee, so maybe the sustain's... Should hear me again now. I really need to sort out my like voice meter thing. I thought voice meter was free or whatever, but now it just keeps spamming up with like a pop-up saying, "Hey dude, donate, otherwise we're gonna keep annoying you." like, I'm like, alright. So yeah, I'm gonna sort that out. I need to sort that out this weekend. So it stops like randomly cutting me out, because I don't even know I could be saying something and getting well into something and then boom, like I'm muted for like the whole time. Hey Mark, it's great to have you in the Twitch chat, man, and livening it up, man. You've livened my entire live stream. By just like engaging and partaking and getting me to talk about the whole beta, so I appreciate that, dude. Absolute clutch. You're a legend. And then you kind of forced me to just literally hit the dummy and just actually play the game, and once you do that, I definitely overthink sometimes, but I like to read up on stuff. As soon as I started hitting the dummy, I was like, oh shit, I can actually play the game, like I can actually use this style. I thought I was a noob. If I like Meteor Strike, let's go again. Right. We wouldn't have like had that other weird GCD there. But yeah, we obviously want to use that as quick as possible. Then we sustain so we can use another overpower. We want to use 2 flurries in there. Get another assault out. Got another overpower. Might as well use the spec. And then use assault again. And then we're gonna save that. Don't know whether we've got the GCD. I think we do. Do that into an overpower, maybe? No, we missed it. Okay, because it goes too quick. That's fine, though. We'll just have some fun. So let's see how it feels in the downtime. So no Zerk for now. We're running around, we're doing stuff. Maybe we do some bleeds. Okay, we start prepping a bit. We go into the Meteor Strike again. I mean, it generally doesn't feel... You're not out of Zerk for that long, really. I don't know what... Like, it feels fine. Especially when you're faffing around doing stuff in the boss fight. see a major issue with that so far. Maybe because of the sustain makes it feel better as well. Your sustain of your Zerk, right? It's allowing it to come back off CD again, technically. So it's just kind of flipping the way you're using it. It's kind of awesome, actually. That's such a cool idea, man, whoever came up with that. That's a really, really cool idea. They must have known that you'd start doing what I'm doing. Because I'm not a pro or anything, and this is my intuition just coming into play based on how they're making it feel. Oh, of course, yeah, I totally forgot that you can bleed flurry. So you're supposed to... Wait, oh god, that's insane, actually. So you can keep doing abilities while Zerk is being stalled, yeah. Yes. Yeah, that's totally true, that's totally true. I forgot you could barge, do the greater barge thing. Yeah, how much time save is that really giving you? But that is what you're going to want to do in it. Because you have to use, like, anticipate in between, don't you? You have to go out of, like, hitting the target for the barge to come into effect. I really... Why is that a thing, by the way? Should they just get rid of that shit? After 4.8 seconds since your last attack. Can we just get rid of that shit? Like, why do I have to do... Why do I have to get out of combat? Like, why do I have to just stop hitting the boss for me to get an effect, to be honest? It's... That really breaks logic. Especially, I'm thinking about, like, early mid-game players here coming into the game. I mean, yeah, they got to buy Greater Barge, but just make it so it just lets us apply it into a bleed. Who gives a crap? Like, balance it. Why are you making us use Anticipate or, like, getting out of combat, to be honest? Can we get that feedback sent to them, like, really avidly somehow? And just see, like, surely other people are saying that, right? Because I'm just thinking of that now. Like, why are you making me stop my flow of combat? The whole point of this is to make combat feel better, and so far, it's feeling good. With some of these changes here, like, I'm liking how this is feeling. And then I've just realized, wait, Greater Barge, like, you have to go out of combat. Not out of combat, but you have to delay your next attack. And it's by quite a lot, because you Zerk, and then you use Anticipate, and then you Barge, right? Like, it's fine, that's what you're going to do, but it would be a lot more flexible if you didn't have to do that. Because there's definitely plenty of times, guys, where I messed that up. No, I know you use Zerk as the stall. You use Zerk and then Anticipate. You Meteorite, Zerk, and then... I think you still need to use Anticipate. Oh, you can just literally click to walk, I guess. Sure. Yeah. You don't have to use Anticipate. Let me see how that feels for a sec. I still don't think it should be a thing, but... Oh, I did it by accident anyway, out of muscle memory. Oops, I bled the wrong thing. I did everything wrong. It still feels weird to click out, I think. Or Anticipate. Like, I'm fine anticipating. I've got a clear keybind for that. I've done it for, like, my whole PVM career. Like, Freedom and Anticipate are important abilities. So I've always had those keybound. But... should get the effect if you have a certain amount of adren. They could definitely do something like that, maybe, yeah. To make it just allow you to keep in the flow of combat. Let's have another crack at it when Meteor Strike comes off. Hey, Mark, we should do some bossing for fun, though, yeah? What's an easy boss for us to Joe, dude? Like, something super chill, like... Solak's chill, innit? Maybe not with melee. For like 2 noobs like us. Danny, get on the beta right now, you freaking noob. Danny, get on the beta. Come on, bro. Solak's really nice, like you said, for the HP pool, for sure. I think it's just better if we go with a trio. If anyone's listening, anyone watching right now wants to come on the beta world and just come Solak trio, that'd be cool. We're going to keep reading the beta in a second, but I'm actually enjoying melee right now. No, I hate Raksha. Don't take me there. I don't like Raksha. I don't know what it is. I don't like Raksha though. Yeah, people say that melee still feels... I mean, yeah, I'm not... I need to feel... I can only get a sense of damage by killing a boss, really. Because... Yeah. The only other way would be having better, like, damage trackers and then resetting it and seeing what damage you're doing outside of Zerk. But, like, I have no way to optimize my damage right now because I'm learning melee, but... Like, my damage... The DPM... Let's just do... Let's not Zerk. I mean, I don't know if you're going to use overpower outside of Zerk. You're probably not, are you? So... You need it to be off CDs. GCD straight away. So, by the way, this is like, don't go off this, like, DPM as, like, crazy good. Like, I'm not optimizing anything. My gear's scuffed. I don't have gloves on or anything. So, it's just going to go off damage based on my gear right now. So, I've not even activated the Grimoire. Let's do that, actually. So, by, like, just clicking random basics and shit, with, like, okay gear, I'm doing 260k DPM, okay. I need to move that DPM thing. Move that here. There we go. Okay. And now, with, like, normal gear... What gloves can I get, guys? What gloves should I even be wearing? Let's just check the NPC, see if they have gloves. What gloves do you wear? I feel like some people are wearing these, like, gloves of passage or something. I don't even know where they come from. They're new since I played the game. But melee, anyway. I'll just go for trimmed masterwork, I guess, for now. I'm not going to bother perking up my gear or anything. I actually hate invention, by the way, if you didn't know. I don't like how it's implemented. I don't mind perks as such, really, but I don't like how they're implemented. Okay, this is feeling good. This is feeling good. Meteor Strike. Oh no. My abilities have gone weird again. Yep. I don't think I got the bleed, did I? Nope. Yeah, you can't just like move or walk. I think Anticipate allows you to definitely be out of combat long enough, basically. Okay. I mean, Mark, let's just go and join my FC, by the way, Mark, in-game. And then we'll just go and kill Solak or something. We don't need to be in a group for it, do we? Maybe we do anyway, actually, just because... Let's just do it for fun, mate. was supposed to be doing some Completionist Cape requirements tonight, but it's already 9:45. I've literally just been sat here reading a dev blog for like an hour straight. And then just hitting a dummy for like 20 minutes. I was only going to spend about an hour and a half, but I'm actually enjoying it because I just really enjoy combat. So I think I'll just commit to this. Oh, ranged. Very nice. Very nice, dude. So I guess if you go to two-hander, all you're going to swap is like the Hurricane for... Well, actually, what are you going to swap it for? Do you actually just get an additional spender as soon as you go to two-hander compared to dual wield? I think you do. Hey, Jay, I'm liking it, man. I'm actually liking it. But I'm struggling to see the impact of Bloodlust. Obviously, if you camp lower HP, Flurry's going to be more damage, which is nice. So that's like one impact. But then Assault is going to be self-sustained, so I understand its impact. But I need to go and kill a boss to see how it feels. And then if I'm actually going to actively make sure that I've got high stacks, you know, to get heal off it. But I can definitely get to like 4 stacks for every Assault. And Rend helps with that as well. For the most part. I mean, that was 3 there, actually. Wait, how did that not cost any Bloodlust? Oh, so you can't consume Bloodlust either unless it's on 4 stacks. That's interesting. I thought it would just scale. This is where the buff bar is absolute trash again, Jay. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to have to see where my Bloodlust is. But I'm not... We're going to have to wait for plugins, bro. You know? You felt the same? You completely ignored it? Yeah. Me and Mark are going to go and kill a boss. Do you want to come and join Solak with us, mate? Just for a little bit? On the beta. We're going to go and kill Solak just to see how the self-sustain feels. Go with that. Oh, God. That's annoying. I'm supposed to do that. And I fucked up. Jay, I was also thinking, it felt great until I had to do the barge tech again. And I was thinking, why do we have to do that clunky ass barge tech? Can't they just balance it so we can just use it and it turns our spender into a bleed? Like, why make it on a longer CD or something? I don't know. Like, why do they have to... Why do we have to do that clunky tech still, you know? I don't want to get thrown out of my flow. I don't want to have to hit anticipate. I just don't want to have to do that. Head into old school raid? Okay, cool. If this is the opportunity to get rid of that really bizarre, oh, you have to wait 4.8 seconds, crappy tech, then that would actually win this for me, actually. Remove that, and it's starting to really get there. Like you said, the Bloodlust doesn't feel impactful enough. If they want you to hyper-focus on your Bloodlust stacks and the fact that you can get 8 in Zerks and stuff, I want to be empowering something to go mental with it, you know? But is Bloodlust just about self-sustaining? And if they only want it to be about sustain, don't know. You lower your HP down. I don't know how you can't lower your HP down on purpose either, so I think you're naturally going to be lower health as melee, but you can't actively lose health, do more damage with Flurry, and then heal back up with Assault. You know, it's going through my head. That would make sense as a loop. But you can't, like, actively lose damage unless you... I mean, I guess you can. You can just not prayer switch, but... Do you find yourself doing the same rotation each time? In Zerk, what was I doing? In Zerk, I found myself doing 3 overpowers. I ended up doing, like, a ton of Assaults. I wasn't managing my Bloodlust. And I used Flurry twice to sustain my Zerk, so I could fit the overpowers in. That was basically what I was doing. I don't have an easy K yet. I'm not a super end game player with melee, so I'm kind of ignoring that. I am acting like just a casual PVMer right now, you know, as if you've not got an easy K. So I'm kind of just enjoying the dual wield kind of thing. So just getting a flow for the actual abilities on the bar. So yeah, I'm fitting 3 overpowers in. And 2 flurries. And just hitting assault whenever I can. Hey, C-Spawn. I think you asked me that the other day. It might have been someone else. Oh, I think it was someone else. The game gets expansion-like things, but it's just a continuously updated game. It doesn't hone in its big updates only with expansion zones. And it very rarely has expansion zones. So it just... I wouldn't say it's an expansion update-driven game, mate. Is my simple answer. It just has continuous updates. But it does get new zone and areas occasionally. They're getting one soon, actually, in about a month or so. A couple of months, called Haven Height. And it's going to go into like a vampire quest line. Okay, I'm just going to bring up the blog again. Mark, and then we'll just go and do some PVM. You keep practicing, dude. Because I know you haven't played the game much in a while either, right? And now we're about to try and learn combat again. So that was melee. I just want to read if there's any, like, what they're trying to go with the style identity for magic. So I'm just going to give this a quick read. I don't know why my audio music's going a bit crackly. It's a bit wacky right now. Don't know why. I think it does it when I go out of the game. Yeah, it's making my audio go weird. Let me just mute music for a second. Okay. Magic. Magic. Magic at its core has a lot of utility and a lot of AoE potential. Okay. Late game, the style develops and opens up options to build around crit strikes, with natural payoffs for more damage and built-in payoffs to start spamming big abilities. But it also has a sub-theme forming, focusing on the opposite, damage over time. Okay. We're happy with where magic sits. The AoE utility and build focus gives it clear purpose and ways to progress the style. So they want it to be... So they want the sub-theme to exist. Okay. Following the removal of metamorphosis and retiring of combust from basic, players building around Song of Destruction, yeah, Roar of Awakening set effect had lost a fair bit of power. Yeah, they're really honing their feedback into end game players, aren't they? But I guess that's where all the uproar's coming from, and people, I mean, these weapons aren't that expensive, to be honest, so even if you're new to, like, you maxed out your gear, you played through the game, and you're getting really into combat, probably isn't going to take you that long to actually get the Roar of Awakening set effect. The Roar of Awakening, guys, if you didn't know, is the tier 95 Wand and Orb from the Sanctum of Rebirth, Nekatra, which is actually, I would say it's actually a difficult boss fight. It's very difficult on hard mode, anyway. Like, if you're getting into bossing for the first time, you're going to be hit by a surprise if you go and try the boss rush mode. Sanctum is pretty insane. The first 2 bosses are fine, and then you get hit with a big steep curve of probably one of the most fast-paced fights I've ever played on. One of the most fast-paced boss fights in the game. It's definitely not for the faint of heart. Like, you really need to kind of get into it. And it's very unforgiving. You start getting hit by a wave or 2 and start panicking, then you're dead. Really, really cool boss gauntlet, though, you could call it. 3 boss gauntlet. Really, really cool. But yeah, I'm just thinking from the early mid-game, but their feedback is very honed into how their rotational changes are impacting, and the early game, mid-game progressions impacting the end game, and then everyone's uproar and giving feedback from an end game perspective. I do feel like this blog is very end game orientated, which I get that's where all the feedback's coming from, so they're addressing that. It is going to impact endgame for a significant amount of time until they then focus in on the endgame. Right now, they're not focusing massively on some of the endgame things they want to improve as well. Probably the blockers and pain points that are stopping people from like really getting into PVM. And they're going to address those later in the year. But hey, Korasaikun, I like it on normal mode. You took another streamer, you followed through it earlier. Good stuff. Yeah, normal mode is probably really nice, actually. It's slower, right? Like, the waves are slower. And isn't it more forgiving? Like, it gives you resurrections and stuff, which is really neat, actually, when you think about it. For, like, people learning boss fights. I think they did an excellent job there. And they introduce you slowly to the mechanics. Each version, like the first boss, introduces you some basic stuff. Second boss, it steps it up again. Third boss, it like sends it all at you with like some extra stuff again. It's cool. Yeah, the resurrection safe death mechanic, yeah. Anyway, magic. Combust was key to the burn build, so we're returning its basic status, but we're keeping it deliberately powerful. Yeah, it did feel weird only having one bleed all of a sudden that you could really build with or kind of feel like you could use. Combust was pretty expensive as a spender in beta version 2, well 1 and 2. So that's a good call. It felt really weird not having Combust as a builder actually. Extends its total lifetime now to allow more Dragon Breath casts whilst it's active and tweaking how certain effects interact with it. Oh. Okay. Oh no, it's gonna make me want to go mage again. Mark, it's gonna make me want to mage again, man. Wait, where did you go? You're offline. Are you still in the game? Oh, the client crashed. Oh no, guys. Major bug. Oh no. Yeah, so Dragon Breath is more damage on a combusted target, isn't it? Yeah. How long does that last for now, then? 10 hits overall, okay. Wait. Oh, it actually lasts really long. Is that still going? Is that bugged? Or have I, like, misinterpreted what it's doing? Does that just go off after a fire breath? How has it still got combust on it? Oh, someone else's combust. For flip's sake, man. It's someone else's combust. This is so annoying. No, yeah, but it was someone else's combust. Mark, come over to Birthrop. Birthrop. No one's here. Everyone forgets this place exists. Right. So that's one fire breath. Another fire breath. We're seeing if it lasts long enough to apply the combust again and just keep cycling it. Yeah, I mean, it definitely lasts long enough to then cycle another one. Interesting. It keeps resetting it, which is kind of crazy as well, isn't it? Because of the dual wield. So you're kind of always going to be able to... Wait, where did it go? Stay. Wait, hold up. If I use my dual wield, does it just like... It does all the hits earlier, doesn't it? So you actually have to track whether combust is still on the target. Ah. No. So, okay, no. I'm misinterpreting how this works. It's like when you use the spec. So it'll reset the cooldown of combust. It uses all the stacks in one, and then it resets... Like, it doesn't use up the CD or something, or it resets the cooldown, and then you can apply the bleed. Okay. So you'd want to do back-to-back to get the bleed on again if you're outside of sun, and then your fire breath will do more damage. Okay. I do like the Roar of Awakening spec, like... It's cool, man. You know what? This feels so much better not having that really weird 2-tick GCD on the fast attacks. Like, that just was so weird. It just felt really weird. It took you out of, like, the rhythm of the flow and the rhythm. The rhythm and the flow. I'm getting tired, boys. Working all day and then trying to stream all night. Right. I didn't know you ranged much, Mark. Do you range much, or are you just trying it out for fun? Oh, I got a reset. Oh, nice. So yeah. That Corruption Blast is actually a spender, though. Okay. Yeah, they've definitely made Combust feel... Combust? They've definitely made Combust feel better. That's for sure. It's a lot easier to upkeep and manage. And then when you have the Roar of Awakening, if it resets it, well, you do a million bleeds, so you kind of can see it. But yeah, it's definitely easier to upkeep. You range from time to time, Mark? Okay, cool. Yeah, this feels pretty nice, Mark. Like, upkeeping combos is much easier to do now. I'm actually paying more attention to it, like the linking with increased... It makes you want to look at it as well. With the synergy with Fire Breath. Does it have any synergy with anything else, like other than the Roar of Awakening and that? Okay, let's keep reading anyway. That feels quite nice. Song of Destruction. Reduce stacks required for bonus damage to activate from 25 to 10. Ah, cool. At 1, 10, and 25 stacks. Let's just start building up the stacks with auto attack for a second and then just read what it's doing at various stacks. It builds up with bleeds, so I have to apply bleeds. There we go. Oh my god. Oh god. It is painful to play this game with the buff and debuff bar though, guys. Okay. Let's keep racking up the stacks. Oh yeah, and that racks up the stacks even more if I use the spec. Nice. Okay. So... Magic damage deals 300% of Essence Corruption stacks plus 100% of your magic. Yeah, so just more damage. 25. Essence Corruption stacks basic abilities generate an additional 6% of Adren. Ooh. That's very nice. Ah. So it still only takes one Essence Corruption stack, though, to reset the cooldown of a bleed. So it can happen at any point. Yeah, I just did it then. It's quite nice, the extra Adren gain you get from this, isn't it? When you get to 25 plus corruption stacks. Cool. Okay. Let's keep reading. Take a run through ED3 or something, mate. Better to showcase stuff if you have the time. Yeah, I'm going to go Sorlak with Mark in a second. I'm going to grab like a quick snack and then we'll go and kill Sorlak for a bit. I think I'm going to use melee there though for fun. Without EZK. I'm just going to use melee there for fun. I may feed in EZK, but I'm pretty tired and I've not used EZK on the main game. So it's also a very expensive weapon. So I just want to get a feel for the abilities really more than anything. So I'll probably just do the 3 overpowers and the Zerk with a couple of flurries and things like that and just use Assault and see what the self-sustain feels like and see what Bloodlust feels like. I'm pretty tired though and I don't usually stream this late, especially on a work day, but I do want to go and kill a boss. But I can't push myself. I do tend to really read into things before I give it a crack. And there's flipping tons to read because like you're trying to learn you're trying to learn like multiple styles in one go, and each style has different ways of playing it. What Magic does. The bonus damage from stacks is pretty big. Damn. Reduced stacks required for a Dren generation as well. Okay. You know what? I'm going to leave Magic now, and I'm just going to keep my mind into melee for a bit. I really enjoy Magic, though, but I think I'm going to try and read Magic over the weekend if I get any time. Oh, no, I'm right near the end of it. Okay, let's just crack on. Last week, we tried out a replacement for Rack and Ruin. Blah, 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 blah. Ultimately, we think simplicity is best here. We don't think it was needed from a spell that gives a sizable damage buff, so we're pocketing it for now. No longer provides Sanguine Charge. Stacks now increase base ability damage for basic abilities. TLDR, they'll now buff Combust. Jay, do you have anything from anyone of what this means? Like, are we going to have to keep switching now then between Insight, Fear, and that still? Yeah, I don't think they're going to change much now. What's the Discord link you posted? You still want to upkeep both? Okay, I quit the game. No, if someone explains to me a very easy way of doing that, then I guess I'm going to have to learn it. Maybe there's less keybinds now and I can put it somewhere. Oh, okay. Do you want us to do the 3 points for each style feedback again in slow-mo? You're welcome to. At this stage, though, we are hyper-refining, so massive shake-ups won't likely be actioned. We are very happy with how things are shaping out. Okay. Yeah, so what you mean is this is kind of how it's going to stay for live launch? Well, they're going to focus on bug fixes next week, and that's about it. It sounds like they've delayed their time to get this V3 out, and then they're happy with the V3. So they've used all the feedback. They've now got V3 for live, and now they're just going to sort bugs out, and that's why it's delayed. Because they weren't able to sort the bugs out earlier than what they'd planned. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I mean, yeah, it's good to get used to it now then, I guess, is what you're saying. Melee feels okay, mate. I need to go and see how the self-sustain feels, because... And whether Flurry feels like it's doing a lot of damage, I guess. But I just wish we had better damage meters so I could track that a bit better. Or like some logging or something, because I'm very inconsistent anyway with how I play right now, and just looking at a DPM number is a bit annoying. Oh, I guess they'll fine-tune maybe damage numbers a little bit, right, as well. So they'll hone in on like making sure the damage numbers are right. In on me when ready. Okay, cool. I'll go and grab a snack and then we'll do some melee. I'll try and get used to mage again tomorrow, I think, or Sunday. I think melee's feeling good right now. Okay, let me go and take a break away from the screen and I'll see how long I can go for. I'm pushing myself a bit here. I'll see how long I can go for. I just want to go and kill a boss for a bit. I may not talk as much. I'm just going to go and slap a boss. with Mark, okay, to showcase them. Especially for the guys who've been here watching me this evening and just hearing me talk about abilities and trying on dummies. You can go and see me kill a boss now, right? But bear with me. I'm just going to go and re-energize. Quick break. Very tired. Tired mundo. And I like to make sure I've got energy when I stream. So yeah, we'll just start winding down, but we're going to kill a boss, okay? 20, 30 minutes. But yeah, I'll be right back in 2 minutes. I know like hitting a boss is going to be, it like shows better stuff, but I generally believe like hitting a dummy, feeling the flow of like your rotations just as important as hitting a boss. Hitting a boss is definitely looks more entertaining, but like you're not really going to know what's going on. It's going to be harder for you to actually look at what's happening than if I was hitting a dummy. But now I'm ready to go and hit a boss and see how that feels. So I am going to go and do that, but I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Okay. Let's see how much more time I can put in. Not much longer now. Let's go and kill some Soulite for a bit. Mark, you good? All right, cool. I mean, what style are you going to use, mate? Are you okay basing as well, or we're going to free for all? Ranging with Bic, okay. See how you get on. I mean, I could always base and see what the self-sustain is like as well. Let me just see. I need to change where that's going. Put that there instead. And then... I don't know why I don't have keybinds there. I don't know what my keybinds should be there, so... Let's leave it there. That is Greater Fury, right? No, it's only Fury. Damn it. How do I get Greater Fury, guys? Oh, it's here. Good. Greater Fury. You've got paper armor, though. Yeah. Defense on vestments is woeful. Yeah, I actually don't know how it feels to tank with vestments, so yeah. No, I won't then, if that's not, like, normal. Okay, let's do it. Yeah. Hey, guess what? I don't have to use auras. Woo! I don't think you can use auras at all, right? It doesn't let you. Nope. Happy days, man. No Runescape anymore. Soon, in a couple of weeks. Pretty tidy. Pretty tidy. Okay, joining you, mate. Wait, you can run inspiration? What? Oh, you can actually use it. Oh, so you can't use the auras they're getting rid of. Okay. That makes sense. Hey, Saren. How you doing, mate? Saren, everyone will just be using Invigorate instead of Zerkers. Oh, for the extra, like, 10%? Oh, no. No! They should just get rid of all combat auras. Damn it, man. I hope they've thought about that. Relics. I have no idea what relics I've got on, actually. I'm guessing it's the same as what they were in live game, so I think it's okay. Yep. Canada versus Swiss hockey game. Nice, dude. I saw you in the RS guys stream as well earlier today in the chat. Chatting away as well. Good to have you, mate. If you want, you can jump in here. We're just doing some chill Solak. I don't even know if we're going to be able to duo it. But I just want to do it for like 20 minutes or so before I end the stream. Actually hit a boss. I've been feeling melee on a dummy and yeah. It feels alright. Okay. Let me select my quick cursors and go to melee. I don't even have the melee 99 prayer. Lol. I also don't have an EOF with a melee iteming because I don't think you can buy like the daggers from the boss, so. Alright, let's do this!
Marathon,
Woo!
the betrayer! You lead these mortals against me?
You called me the betrayer? After what you did to our family?
I will replenish.
Oh, I didn't get a dren.
your bones.
You will die
Okay, this is a fail
this
already.
day.
It's
Your
fine.
reckoning has come.
The roots of the tree are one with us.
I don't have bone shield for some reason, so I can't use res. Oh, this is an epic fail. Okay, I'm just like pretty much whacking random buttons at this point. Not totally random, but I totally cooked myself there. It's going to take a bit of time to get in. We may completely fail tonight, so let's see how we get on. I'm very tired right now. Got mage prey on. Do I? Why?
The roots
What?
below bend to my will.
Oh shit. Forget we get that. Okay, let me use... I need to sustain here. Let me sustain. How much sustain am I getting? Wasn't that much, was it? Wait, okay, I'm gonna sustain again. That sustains a bit lackluster. By the way, my just teleport out, Mark, for a sec. Just gotta figure something out. Why my bone shield's not working. Oh, that would explain it. I need bone runes. It wasn't horrendous. I mean, considering I was doing like about 20... I was probably doing about 10% there, Mark, of what I can do. So, yeah. If it wasn't bad, then wait until I actually put something together, because that was horrendous. Whilst being really tired, like I wouldn't usually keep streaming right now. I'm kind of pushing myself a bit, just because I do want to kill the boss for a bit. I think I'll go quiet and just focus in and lock in a little bit if I can, but I am absolutely shattered. We need runes. Sustains defo for early game? It seems so, doesn't it? Is it always 275, regardless of level, Jay? Does that number not scale with your level? Because if it doesn't, then yeah, that sustain might be okay at like low HP levels. That seems a bit shit. I was expecting it to feel really crazy good, like Bloodlust Berserker, let's go! We're gonna eat! We're gonna like suck the health out of enemies, we're gonna like, you know, we're gonna go ham, like, the more damage we deal, the more we heal, you know? Yeah, it scales with damage dealt, but it also has a base of 275, right? So that base would be the same regardless, I'm guessing, of level. Yeah. Yes. Runes. Where are the bone runes? Uh-oh. Mark, do you have any bone runes, dude? There's no necromancy NPC, is there? Do you have some bone runes, dude? Just the less health you have, the more damage you do with Flurry, Jay. But only up to a maximum of 50% of your health. So, you want to be... Technically, you want to be staying around 50% health to maximize it. Does more damage. But... kind of hard to play around that. 25% of your health? Why does it say 50% then? Yeah. No, I think you misinterpret what I'm saying. Yeah. I'm saying it's 50% max. What I mean is you... What? Mark, I need some bone runes. You probably traded me a million times, right? Yeah, you have. My bad. What do you mean? It's 100% increased damage. I think what it's reading is if it's 100% increased damage. Max. If you max it out. Because it's 2% per 1% life point. You can do 50% life points, so it's 100% damage increase. If you have 50% of your life left. It's your missing health, so you need to be missing the health. So if you stay at 50% health, then you're maximizing the benefit. Right? Mark, I'm sorry. Cheers, Mark. You know, fun fact, I actually got offered the P-mod status, the player mod status, many years ago. I just thought about it because I saw Mod Reaper here with his J-mod icon status against his name, and I actually declined it. I felt weird accepting it. I didn't want to be, like, different, you know? I just wanted to be like any other player, so I declined it. I recognize this guy's name, Dr. HP, yeah. I probably, honestly, knowing me, I'm a massive overthinker. I was probably overthinking it at the time. Hopefully they didn't take it to heart. No one will remember, because it was definitely with, like, some probably community J mods who aren't there anymore. I just felt like it was a bit, it felt a bit weird at having that icon next to me, I'm not sure. Felt like I'd have to do everything perfect, and I wouldn't be able to speak my opinion and things. That's how it kind of felt, maybe. I just didn't want to be different. I wanted to be like every other player. You say it both ways, you don't know what it means? Yeah, fair. Bit ambiguous. At least I can I use Bone Shield now? Badoosh! I can. And I need to remember to use Darkness. There we go. Okay, now I'm using everything. We're good. Okay, let's go kill the boss. I hate the barge thing. Reaper, can we change the barge thing, please? Waiting 4.8 seconds sucks. Takes me out of flow. See you around. Barge, Meteorite, Zerk, Flurry. Yeah, I could try that. I don't know why I have to do that, but yes, I'll do it. I still disagree with having to do that. But that sounds like that would work. I think it just massively punishes people for no reason. Just have it as a cool combo. Don't make me have to feed it into like a 4 combo thing. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I think starting with Barge sounds good though, definitely. And then just going into your normal thing. Yeah. I like that. Thank you, Jay. Let's check that out. Okay. Oh yeah. Sorry, don't start yet. It says select quick cursors. I've said melee. This preset save. Done. Okay. Let's put melee on that one. Boom. And then that should work, right? Yeah. Okay.
Marathel, the betrayer. You lead these mortals against me?
Oh yeah. Nah, it don't work.
The betrayer.
I need to use a Dram Pot.
Family.
TP, TP!
You will die this day. Your reckoning
I'm
has come.
as like a I'm really tired, Reaper. I was supposed to end stream ages ago. What am I trying to articulate? So I'm having to really overthink when I'm using Barge, basically. And I feel like it's taking me out of the flow. So like as an early mid-game or even just a player who's maxed out and they want to try and melee or whatever. I feel like, why am I having to try so hard to combine it with certain abilities and stay out of combat? Like, why can't you just let me use it and punish me in another way, or increase the CD cost, or have some other interaction that doesn't take you out of the flow of just dealing damage with damaging abilities? I'm also cocking it up like quite frequently, and I'm not a bad player, so I just feel like it, obviously you'd probably get into the rhythm of it, but the fact that I can't just do it like quite quickly and intuitively is kind of nagging at me. Hey Hillard, how you doing? Yeah, I don't like having to drop out of combat, inverted commas, to make the effect work. And I'm surprised no one else has complained about it, because it's the one thing that's kind of nagging at me at the moment. As a whole, by the way, I'm really enjoying the rotation in Zerk right now. Like 3 overpowers with like sustain with flurry is like really fun, mate. Like that's really fun. And then assault's always there when I want to use it, like just naturally. So let's have a look. So thanks Mark for helping me articulate, because I'm pretty tired right now, Reaper, so apologies. It would be nice if it was just the extra damage that increased on the way for G-Barge, but the bleed buff just a standard. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's just how it works. I don't disagree, it's like the worst ability in code, and it does feel weird to explain to someone how it actually works. Yeah. God, that's so weird seeing investments on the floor, what the heck? I bet nobody's really complaining, it's unchanged from the past, but yeah, it feels clunky. Yeah, I think basically, Reaper, without like, psychoanalyzing it and then realizing, oh, if I combine these abilities together, then it'll work. The whole point of this combat rework, right, is to make things feel fluid and intuitive. I spent about an hour reading the ability changes on melee, and then as soon as I started hitting a dummy, I was like, you know what, I should just hit a dummy and just start using it. As soon as I did that, I realized, oh crap, yeah, this is working. And I didn't say it was bad either before I hit a dummy, it's just, I read for an hour, and then I started hitting the dummy, I was like, oh shit, this feels crazy. Because when I read Flurry as well, I didn't fully understand it, until when I used it, it then just sustained my Zerk. It just kept my Zerk at that time, which I really liked actually, because it allows you a bit of breathing room to think about, okay, what I'm about to go and squeeze in next. It allows you to wait for a CD to come off, like Overpower again. It allows you to squeeze in that third one. That feels really nice and satisfying as a player, knowing that you're actively hitting that button because of that purpose. And it feels satisfying for you to then act on that purpose, act on that intent. So I really like that, mate. Really like that. I'm not switching right now, so I think if I... Can you buy a dagger from these guys? Because I couldn't find a special weapon I could buy, mate, to put in my EOF. Because I don't have like a melee setup on the main live game, like a proper one anyway. But I really like hitting the Icy Tempest special, by the way. I love that. I think that's so cool, and then how it's free adren at 3 stacks and stuff, that's cool. But let's keep focused on the rework. Yeah, so everything else is feeling kind of okay right now, and I've hardly used it, and it's feeling okay, so that must be a big win. But yeah, the only Barge just felt clunky, and I know we're trying to make things more intuitive here and just less clunky and less kind of having to overthink. And I feel like I have to overthink with Barge a bit, but maybe I just need to get into the muscle memory of that certain ability combo. I just find myself, the word clunky is because I find myself accidentally doing something that I don't want to do, and then my Barge buff is screwed. I think it's very easy to make a mistake with it if you're not an experienced player. I think that's the issue with it, basically. It's just quite easy to make a mistake with it. And then you feel like super bad about it. As well. No worries, mate, it's fine. I know if it can't get fixed, it can't get fixed. That's the feedback, though, yeah. But I won't go on about it anymore. Oh, sugar, I'm on a pair offline. Yeah, I keep forgetting. When I AFK at work, I usually offline because I don't want to be rude to people if they PM me. Let's go and kill Solak, dude, and show how much of a noob we are. I'll try and lock in a bit, though, if I can, and see if I can figure this out on the spot. Virtually no experience, really, of melee. I've obviously played melee over the years, but you know what I mean. It's definitely not my main go-to style. Even though I do hone in on melee on lots of other MMOs that I play. So it'd be pretty sick if I could start using melee again. I don't have mines marked, so if we have to TP out, it's fine. I just want to see if I can get used to this. Yeah, take it easy, Reaper. All the best. We'll bring it up again next week. That's amazing, Reaper. Thanks, man. Have a good evening. Have a good weekend.
The betrayer! You lead these mortals against me?
You call me the betrayer?
I should have used Meteor Strike.
Family?
I will
You
replenish
broke
the
us,
earth with your
Earthborn.
bones!
You will die this day. Your reckoning has come.
Thank you, man.
The roots of the tree are one with us.
Mark, I totally cooked again. I kind of want to get the start right so I can actually deal damage because I feel like messing up so much right now. I think this whole barge thing is just like messing with my head, dude. Yeah, TP. The whole barge thing is just messing with my head. I feel like such a noob. And I don't think a lot of players are going to struggle with this. Like new players to the game I'm on about. Like, I'm approaching this pretty fresh, and it takes a bit of time to get the muscle memory. It just feels really bad. I'm not a bad player, guys. So, if it's, like, gonna take me a bit of time here to get that together, that's not a good thing. I know I'll be able to nail this, and I'm very tired right now, and I'll be able to nail it probably after a bit of trying. But it's so easy to make a mistake with it. Most players, when they're entering this game and learning that, are not going to be able to nail that. I'm telling you right now. Like, they're just not. Especially with the hyper stress of, like, being in a boss situation and having to track everything going on. Like, it's very easy to make a mistake. And that mistake in particular feels like you're making a big one. And that makes you feel really bad for, like, messing it up. Anyway. We've got to stop honing on that. I'm only honing in on it because I'm very tired and I'm like lingering on the point because I'm tired. Yeah, it's very muscle memoried. Yeah, you have to build up a mad amount of muscle memory. I think that's the pain point though, innit? Because I get muscle memory is important, but if combat doesn't feel fluid and intuitive quite quickly, that's what puts players off. Yeah, also they really they want to rework auras. I guess this isn't the full aura overhaul, right, Jay? It's just baking the power ones in. But now what? Everyone's just going to use freaking Invigorate and just reset Invigorate? What the hell? That's got to be a bug, right? Because are they actually going to let that go to the live game and everyone's going to be forced to feel like they have to use Invigorate, guys? Like, what? Okay, what am I doing again? So I'm barging, and then I have to get out of combat somehow and use Meteor Strike without staying in combat, like without being on the boss, and then I have to Zerk, and then I have to bleed, like, okay. Yeah, I think they're going to remove all. I thought they're going to remove all auras at some point, definitely, is my impression of it. Jay, could you type out the combo again, mate? Sorry. First hit with barge on a boss gives you 6 seconds to use your dot. Oh, okay. What do I do, though, Jay, outside of the first pull? Yeah, that's fine. I get that. What do I do outside of the, when I'm during combat, though? Yeah, no, I get all that, guys. I'm tired, but I'm not like super, super dumb. What I mean is like in combat, yeah. Yeah, no. Mark knows what I mean. Yeah. So that horrible clunkiness is still going to exist. I still have to get out of combat with defensives during combat. During the boss fight. Yeah. Or just not attack. Yeah, it's still complete shit. Yeah, sorry, we're all tired. I'm just gonna have to use defensives, boys, to get out of combat. Still complete shit. It's fine, though. Right, let's go. Yeah, it's a shit mechanic. That's what I'm saying.
Marathel, the betrayer! You lead these mortals against me?
You call me the betrayer? After what you did to our family?
I will
You
replenish
broke
the
us,
earth with your
Earthborn.
bones.
You will die this day. Your reckoning.
Sorry, mate, I tried moving. My body wasn't moving. My body! Telling me no!
The roots of the tree are one with us.
That's going to be way more damage, Mark, by the way. Definitely did better on that. That's the best I've done so far. Yeah, we got the reset. Boom. There we go. As soon as I actually put things together, we're fine. There you go. Only took 3 pulls. Okay, let's start. I'm going to lock in now. Oh shit. It's the arms! It's the arms, bruh! Wait, I should bleed these. Okay, there we go. That should be fine, hopefully. Go! Oh my god, the click box is horrendous. And we're fine. We're laughing. Right. So I've got to do like some weird thing, okay. So let's see if we can plan this a bit. I'm doing the right leg, dude. So we're just gonna, oh, a bit of bleeds. Right. Okay. Actually, I'm out of combat now, right? So I can do the barge thing. Here we go, go. Barge, straight away. Oh, fucking barge, the bloody boss. Piece of shit. Piece of shit. Everyone does that, I bet. I bet everyone freaking does that.
How futile.
Wow, that was so easy. What the hell, man? What the hell?
Disgusting creatures.
That was actually so easy. Holy crap. What's going on, Mark? What's happening? Wait, I thought it was next phase. We didn't... Oh, it wasn't easy? Because we didn't even one-cycle it? That's so embarrassing, bro. I said it was easy and we didn't even get it. What? That's so embarrassing. That's so bad. God damn it. It's fine, boys. We're just practicing. We're practicing the core. Copium. We just want to do the core again. We need to practice it. 13k HP. Yeah, you can tell I don't PVM much at the moment, guys. I'm not even paying attention to the bars. I didn't even look at the freaking core bar there. Like, it's up there somewhere. I've not even looked there the entire fight. Maybe I shouldn't have it there. Because that's like in my... That's not in my peripheral vision.
How futile.
Okay, there we go.
Weak, disgusting
It is on your
creature.
screen, obviously you got me tiny, right? But on my screen, it's all the way up there somewhere. Like, I've got a freaking 2K 27-inch monitor. We're gonna... I need to move the boss health, boys. I'm not paying any attention to it. That's bad. Did we reset? I'm going in.
His blight is slowly burning through you. If
This
it
is
gets too
hilarious,
much,
man. I'm doing alright, because I
rise
don't
to you.
PVM much, guys, remember. And I don't even melee, really, do I? So, I'm doing alright. I'm happy. I'm happy. We're learning. Just pretend I'm a new player. Virtually am. Alright. So, I hardly PVM, so... Let's go. I'm happy with my progress, I'm being honest. I'm very happy with it. I'm tanking! Oh, Jesus! Devo. We should probably bleed for a bit on these guys, right? I forgot what that purple bar means. I've got auto attack on. It's actually cooking me up. Why do I have no overloads in my invent? Wait. Sustain with the assault. Ow. Mark, where are you? Did you TP? Wait, did Mark die like 5 hours ago? Mark, where'd you go, mate? Where'd you go, Mark? You died on the second font? I've been in there for ages. My, like, awareness of what's happening on this game because of a lack of time PVMing is really showing right now. My, like, entire lack of... Where's unit frames, bro? I want to see his little health there. Freaking stupid group thing down here. Look how crap this is. Right. I have to put this crappy thing on my interface now to see if Mark's alive. Mark, just stay alive, bro. Okay. Look. Right. Let's go. Guys, just so you know, in case you don't, because I am British and it's not super obvious to a lot of people, I am massively joking, right? Even though the tone of my voice stays the same, most of the time I am joking. 80% of the time I am joking. Right, let's go. Hey, M with Z, how you doing, mate? Oh shit, my cam's just like completely shot off as soon as you said that M to the Z. That was just like a bad jinx, dude. Give me a minute. Let's get the webcam back on. It should be loading. Oh, my webcam's broke. Flipping it. It's not broke, it's just the connection. Let me just turn it off and on again. That usually works with things, doesn't it? Diggling. Oh, bloody hell. Activate. Hey! Okay. We got the Soul-like music on, boys. Ugh. I just locked my interface and now that's gone weird. Alright. DPM there. Okay. Mark, I can now see if you die. I still won't pay attention to it. It's too far over, like. I just want his little health bar next to my health bar. I want to bring his health bar over to my health bar, Mark. I want yours next to mine. Right. Professional streamer indeed. What needs you to drop out of combat? Hey, flipping PvP. Greater Barge does. You need to be out of combat. Or, like, you need to stop attacking the boss for 4.8 seconds. It's complete garbage. Garbage, great bargeage. Okay, let's go. I'm getting really tired. Making no sense. Greater garbage. Fucking hell.
These mortals against me?
Call me the betrayer after what you did to our family.
Just take the hit, Mark. Who gives a shit? Oh yeah, you got the far one. It's fine. You go. You move. No! You bastard.
The roots of the tree are one with us.
I did. He followed what I said, to be fair. He followed what I said. Can't blame him. Eesh. We're good, Mark. We're good. So I've got my assault, which is sustaining me so much health right now. We're fine. Did you... I feel like one of us did something wrong, mate. And I don't think it was me. I did the same as last time. It could be me, though. Maybe my book... Okay. Shh, don't tell him, guys. My book wasn't activated. Don't tell him. It's fine. He doesn't know. He's not watching the stream or anything. It's fine. Mate, I love PVMing so much, man. Why am I going for comp cape? Someone tell me? Can someone remind me again? What am I doing with my life? Why have you got a million Bic arrows on the floor, Mark? What are you doing, mate? What? Why is there arrows on the floor? Mate, it's not old school RuneScape. We don't drop our ammo on the floor in this game. Like, it doesn't appear on the floor, bro. What's going on? Where's your quiver or something? I love taking the piss out of my mates. Like... We got the barge. Yes. And I fucked it up. No one saw it. It's fine. Oh, shit. We've actually got to try hard now. Mark, do more damage! No! TP. TP, bro. Not worth it. No. You've been going for comp since like 2015. It's time to get it. Thanks, man, for the reason, Icy. Always there to help me along and keep me motivated. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, man. I'm getting well overtired. I'm getting totally silly right now. But that's when the content gets fun, so... Don't take me seriously in the rest of the stream. Mark, stop dropping your arrows on the floor, bro. Not sure why they're dropping. Shitting arrows, dude. Icy, you're missing out. I'm on the beta right now, you know. You could... you can't. You're on a Mac. You're on a Mac. You can't play RuneScape. He's on a MacBook. Burn it. Alright, Mark. Let's do more damage.
The betrayer! You lead these mortals against me?
Yabush.
You call me
Your
the
bush.
betrayer? After what you
Your
did to our
bush.
family?
I will
You
replenish
broke
the
us
earth
at
with your
core.
bones.
You will die this day. Your reckoning has come.
Yummy.
The roots of the tree are one with us.
Damage. Boosh. What's the cap on duo? I need to move the flipping boss bar, man. Boosh. We got it. Let's go. Okay, Mark. Let's make sure we get the core this time. By the way, just to set the context a bit, Mark is like learning ranged right now as well, just to set the context a bit. If I had those daggers, I'd be going ham as well. Does anyone know? Does anyone have like a dagger spare they can give me? That new thieving dagger thing? Because I'll take a thieving dagger right now. You know what I mean? I'd take that right now. Someone in my clan does a mask at 500% on a MacBook with a trackpad. Burn it! I didn't get my bleed barge. Oh, I didn't know. Good point, good point. Shh, Jay. Don't tell everyone, man. Don't tell everyone, Jay. Flippin' heck, Jay. God. Alright, I'll get it this time. Douche! Nah, I didn't get it. Freaking barge crap. Freaking barge crappy tech. Greater garbage. We're definitely not getting this, mate. Oh, we got it! Nice.
Weak.
Well played, Mark.
As your grove bleeds, the anima below the grove is mine to command.
Yeah, I didn't even get the exclamation mark there, though, Jay. Like, you know, I didn't wait long enough, kind of
He's
thing.
ripping the anima from the ground around us.
Great garbage.
His blight is slowly burning through you. If it gets too much, rally to me. I will draw it from you.
I just have to use defensives rather than, like, actively trying to wait, I think, Jay, and just put up with that, I guess. So then at least I know the exact, it's enough time kind of thing. Are we supposed to go in, Mark, or are we not going in? Are we just doing damage? We're just doing the damage tech. Damage tech, yeah? I'm getting absolutely trounced. Where's my assault sustain? Melee's fun, dude. Yeah, melee's nice. Oh, I forgot that bleed costs a lot of money. A lot of energy, though. Can I stand in a better place here? This sucks.
Rip the earth open! Spill the blood of life!
I'm gonna die from a bomb. I can see it. Don't kill me! We're doing so well! Oh, big heals from the soul splits there, actually. I can probably get away with using... Yeah, I can. Nice. I'll take the Nature's Blessing, mate.
The power of the grove in its purest form! Let it rain down!
Let it
upon you!
rain! I can get a big res, right? But Dom's right.
Erethdor is getting weaker and losing control.
What happened?
I'm going to
I didn't get the
make a
res.
connection
Is
to
it because we
cut them
tagged it?
out.
We tagged it, right? Oh, man.
Not free him. This power is mine.
Yep. We're going to do the thingy. We're going to do the cleansing. Mark, we've got this, bro. Lock in. Lock in so I can go bed. Dad gaming. Lock in, dude. We're dad gamers now. Oh my god, I'm getting hurt. I'm getting hurt. I'll go in, I guess. Cooked. Let's just get a random bleed on and just do damage here, I guess. We're not going to do it in Zerk. Because I didn't time anything. Bleeds. Bleeds. I might have got that bleed on. Yeah, we did. You know what? That's fine. Considering I absolutely am a noob. That's pretty good. Look at that damage. I'm a complete noob. That was without Zerk, so I'll take it. Yeesh. Yeesh. And then... Yeesh. And then... Zerk, and then the Flurry Bleed, and then the Overpower. Badoosh. 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 Damage. Whoa. Jesus.
Give me the life you so tightly cling to.
Oh! Stun it! Boosh! Okay, I'll just chill here. Let's just bleed and chill. Bleed and chill, bleed and chill. Bleed and chill. Bleed and chill. This feels good, Jay.
No.
Like, this feels good, Jay. I'm
Sister, your weak, futile attempts to stop me end now.
I'm going to make a connection to cast him out.
No ult. I've got ult. Oh! This is a
our
scuffed ult,
last
but it's fine.
chance.
Mhm.
We attack together.
Boosh! Come on.
I'm sorry. You failed us, Erethdor. You are no brother of mine.
What? Nice. Nice. I was looking at the wrong HP. I was looking at that. I was like, wait, it's dead? It's got 50k health? What? I need to move that bar. No, my luck will get the pet. Yeah, I mean, our first Solak kill on the beta. If we follow Jay's trend, you will get the pet. Indeed. 238 crushed nests. Thanks for the follow, I appreciate it. Oh, mate. This feels better than the melee on the live game, Jay. This feels better than the live game melee, Jay. And that's without caring about Bloodlust. Imagine if they did something else with Bloodlust. They add like another layer to it. Like maybe it'd be too much to track for like... Maybe they worry about that at endgame. Like when they look at endgame. And that's with no easy K, yeah. True. That's with no switching at all, actually. That's with no dagger EOF, so... But not, you know, people aren't going to have all that stuff, right? Like, people getting into PVM, so... But they should be using... I mean, even EOF's quite an endgame unlock, isn't it? I think. It's quite like a really late game unlock, I think. Yeah, it is, isn't it? I know people can switch to the item, but you're not going to do that because the power is so much less, isn't it? Like, the whole point of EOF is that it scales it up to the power of your main hand primary weapon. No Death Swift. Oh, yeah! That was without Easy KJ and without Death Swiftness from Mark. And without any EOF specs. Big Poison, though, goes brrr. Yep. I'm off tar for the kill, General Shenanigans. Shenanigans, indeed. Mate, I want to keep going for like 3 hours. I've got like a weird new lease of energy because that was so fun. Yeah, it is, Jay. It is. Something's feeling better. And that's all that matters to me. Jay, that's all that matters to me. Is that it just feels better. I'm actually not having to think as hard on melee as I am on magic, actually, Jay, if I'm being honest. I know I'm not like massively optimizing at all right now, but am I right by saying I'm not having to think? I don't feel like I'm thinking as much. But maybe it's just because the abilities just make super clear sense about what's going on. And that they just go with each other, so it's fine. Like, I'm not optimizing my Chaos Roars into certain things either, so there's definitely a lot more I can do to, like, optimize. But even without optimizing and being a bit of a noob, it's feeling good and I'm getting kills. I'm using a full set of vestments, but that isn't that expensive to get overall. And I'm only using, like, dual lengths. And it's not like I was playing around Icy Tempest that much, but it is a nice power buff, especially with the passive. But this beta is looking way better than before. Yeah, I didn't get to play V2. Kind of glad I dodged it. And V3 melee sound like feels good. Hopefully I've got it in me to do mage this weekend. So I'll probably try it out, but considering they're probably not going to be making any major changes now, then if I don't try it out, it's not the end of the world. But I'll see if I can get into the feeling of mage again. Over the weekend, maybe. The Barge, Meteorite, Zerk, Flurry combo is pretty cracked. Yeah. Yeah. In a good way, though. But I just wish Barge wasn't as clunky to use as all. Yeah. Yeah, rotate, flurry, overpower. Yeah. I think that's why it just, like, it definitely feels a bit simpler to use. Feels like you're making a nice impact. You've got some big bleeds outside of Zerk. To apply on things, which feels quite nice. Is it very necro-y? I forgot how necro plays, so I'll take your word on that. Yeah, same rotation. Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's kind of what you want, really. in an MMORPG to an extent. Maybe a new weapon like these add like another special effect for you to kind of play around with, and that's what you're playing around with. Like, the rotation, you want to be pretty consistent with it and not have to go crazy with a spreadsheet, to be honest. Like, you want to care more. I've always been a strong believer of caring more about the boss design and kind of the immersion of just in the moment, and then having maybe a set effect or like a weapon effect kind of add another layer to your rotation. But yeah, this is feeling more like that philosophy. I think consistency is pretty key, actually. It probably is, yes. I could test that, actually. Not right now, but yes. It probably does, yeah, because you just don't get as much adren gain. Like, the meteorite's giving you the adren insta, and the overpowers, the constant overpowers, yeah. Because the overpower counts as a ultimate, doesn't it? Since in the V3, which it definitely should, I think. Yeah, I guess so, yeah. So I guess maybe the key thing, Jay, here is, does it feel absolutely terrible without vestments? I mean, obviously vestments is clearly going to make it feel like better, which it should. But does it still feel okay? I reckon you'll probably still be able to do your 3 overpowers, right? I mean, let's just take it off and let's just go and hit a dummy quickly and I'll go to bed. Early game without meteorite? Yeah. I mean, when do you get meteorite? Oh, 90? That's a massive jump. For your rotation not to change. That does seem like a big jump for your rotation not to change. Yeah, the Bloodlust, you're kind of playing with Bloodlust, yeah. Maybe that's your, like, thing you're playing with for a while and having fun with. Like you said, yeah. Probably. Okay, let's see how this feels like my adren. Let's see. We're gonna do the barge thing. Do the barge tech thing. Barge into meteor and that. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, God, you start 100% adren, don't you? Rather than 120. Whew. Okay. I still have the Invigora, which, whatever. Tap target onto one of those. Yeah, no, I didn't have the adren. To do the barge thing. But you're not going to have barge, actually, are you? At that point. Well, sorry, you would. Sorry, yes, sorry, you would. Without vestment still. Wouldn't you? Holy shit. Yeah, this feels so different. Holy crap. Okay. What the frick, man? Okay, let me just reset. Jesus, man. There's like way less room for error as well. I need to totally reset this for a second. You've got, like, your Zerk doesn't last long enough. I mean, yeah, the set effect is actually game-changing. It totally changes the whole feel of it. So you're gonna get your sense of, like, major changes through your sets and the weapons that you get. Which does make them feel more rewarding. But I guess... Yeah, I mean, it's probably okay, Jay, because they don't have to balance around gear sets that often, do they, Jay? Because think about it, their actual gear and boss cadency isn't that high, is it? Even if it was, it would be okay, I think, from a philosophy stance. It's just it would be harder for Jagex to come up with something new and inventive, because I'm tired, Jay, but you probably know where I'm getting at with my points here. So, like, if it was the way other games get over it, Jay, is they'll bring out this fancy new set, and guess what? The other set's redundant, because not because the new one outpowers it, but just because the base gear outpowers the last base gear so much that whatever the set effect was, it's redundant, right? A lot of games do that. Whereas RuneScape is like permanent progression, and as they call it, horizontal progression. Once you get to that, you're vertically up. Once you're there, you're then horizontally going out. And they like to, in that respect, it would be much more difficult for them if they were releasing a new gear set every like 3 months or whatever. It'd probably be quite difficult for them to find the power creep, to make the power creep feel impactful enough, or just it changing the ability rotation and everything. Like, that would be quite difficult, I think, to balance. But the fact that they don't release gear sets that often, they probably do need to make them significantly impactful. Otherwise, it's like, well, what's the point? It's just another little power bonus. Oh, my damage number goes up a little bit. So what? I wonder how much flexibility this has in that. I wonder do they think strategically that far in the future, I wonder? 2 years down the line. I don't know. Like, what would we do if we were going to create a new gear set for this class? And do these ability changes fit into that? Or is 2 years too far away and they're actually going to really hone in and keep improving the combat based on new gear sets? Would they be open, Jay, to changing something so fundamental like ability rotations to work with a new gear set? Other games do that. But this game has just kept those abilities and kind of rotations for many, many years. So I would like to see them keep putting this much level of attention on combat. That'd be pretty sick. Yeah, I guess Masterwork, but that was like defensive, wasn't it? Only. And then Malevolent was just a power bonus increase, so. Yeah, Tumicans was like Asphyxiate. It made Asphyxiate a higher priority, which kind of cool, but it's not as fundamental as Vestments. Yeah. So they're a bit inconsistent in how they actually do it across the styles, I guess, Jay, isn't it? Is probably the thing. They should probably be more consistent with the impacts of their gear sets and how they apply them. Like, that would make a better experience for all players, I think, because then we'd know what to expect. Yeah, this felt totally different without Vestments. All of a sudden, I'm like, feel a bit flat now. But let's just try it again. It's like, I can't go into Berserk there because my adrenaline was too low, so. Yeah, I don't know. I'm already failing. It just changed it all of a sudden. I have to use melee now for a bit again, just to get into the rhythm of it without Vestments. I can't do the barge thing, because, like, first, I mean, because I don't have Zerk, because my adrenaline wasn't high enough from the start. So I'd have to go revert back to, I don't know, man. I'm too tired to think. I'll have to figure that out. I might have to do this at the weekend, mate. I mean, it's coming out to the live game anyway, but like how this feels without Vestments. It definitely felt nowhere near as good. But like I said, it's okay for sets to feel impactful. I now just have to figure out how this feels without that, if that makes sense. Because, again, a lot of people progressing through the game aren't going to have full Vestments, so. What are you doing instead? The power creep is huge. Because if you're able to fit like that extra overpowering and everything, that's pretty massive. And it's just more lenient. Weirdly enough, it's more forgiving when you have Vestments, like in terms of you being able to do more with what you've got. Okay. I'll probably try this without vestments at the weekend, and then I'll try out mage. But yeah, that's me done. We've streamed for way longer, 3 hours. I was not expecting to do that. Yeah, exactly. You always want Meteor buff up, but yeah, you also need to flurry. Yeah, exactly. This guy just said, oh man, Miller feels nice now. Yeah. Where is he? He's using full vestments. Where are these gloves from? Gloves of Passage, because like, they're new from when I last played. Oh, the Magister? Holy crap, so they've been out in the game for ages? And people are just starting to use them? Weird. Yeah, I know, they were never used. Strange. That's new as well, the No-Don Spike Harness. It amplifies your armor spikes. Oh yeah, I forgot I wasn't using my armor spikes, actually. That would have been more damage. Cool, man. I guess you use Meteorite Strike first, actually, then. Like that. Oh no, I've already used it. Bollocks. I don't know. I think you definitely use Meteorite first. I think I do get enough. Yes, maybe. I'll try that again now. I've got to wait 30 seconds. That felt a lot of fun with vestments, Jay. I know vestments feels fun anyway in the live game, but like that just felt easier to like play in a fun way, really. I wonder how mage feels now, Jay. Need to use that this weekend, man. Mage damage got nerfed. I feel like in the V2 version, your Adren got completely tanked. As well. Thanks for the follow, dude. Appreciate it. Free cupcakes. Free cupcakes. Ooh, give me one. Thanks, man. That was fun doing PBM there, Jay, with Mark again. I always miss it, dude. Okay, let's try that. Meteorite, Anti, and Zerk. Okay, we'll see if we've got enough Adren then. What, with an Adren pot? I'll try it. I mean, yeah, I guess with an Adren pot. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm gonna stall it into an overpower here, look. Okay. That felt better, Jay. That felt better, Jay. That works. That felt okay. You're like, you feel a bit like everything's tighter. Investments, I felt like I was just there for ages because you're fitting like more flurries in as well. But getting the overpower at the end there was nice, and I may have missed a few things. But remember, I'm not using an EZK spec in there, am I? I don't know what that is, by the way. I don't know what the cost is of that. Is it the same for every queue, for every special? 30%. Oh. Hello! Yay! Thanks, man. You watching the stream? Or is it just... Melee bleeds will be whack. Oh. Your armor spikes gain 65% of your melee power armor damage bonus. Increases this bonus damage by 50% of melee power armor damage. Oh. Wow, 65% of the power bonus goes into the spikes. I need to put some spikes on. No problem, yeah. Thank you, Ebium. Appreciate it, man. Hey, I know you can hear me, so thank you, Ebium. Because that isn't too much of an expensive upgrade in the live game, is it? Hey, thank you, dude. Really appreciate that, man. Thank you. Very kind of you. You put them in there, don't you? Nice. I guess you would use those other ones too, right? For PVMing. There's a new version of armor spikes. Deals damage equals 125% of smithing level. Super weird interaction, isn't it? Like your smithing level. Nice. Jay, I think I think they've really honed in on the abilities correctly. I'm not switching to my EZK, to be fair, for like hurricanes and stuff maybe, but on dual wield it feels nice. Like I've not got that many keybinds, and so I'm able to really hone in on the keybinds that I want to play with, and that also feels good for me personally, where I've always felt like this game has had too many keybinds to manage on top of like your prayer switching and things, so that's kind of nice. EZK is 50% spec, yeah. Oh, is it? Oh, does it change based on your spec weapon then? I understand. Different specs have different percentages, okay. Yeah. Let me just start getting my... I'll see how this feels again without vestments, and then I'll just use vestments again for fun and just go crazy again. And then go off. The fact that I should have gone bed like an hour ago just shows that I'm enjoying it as well. So that's a good thing. Oh, I should have stopped streaming an hour ago. Sorry, I've got to figure out, got to wind down now. Okay, so we did a meteorite into a... Oh, I messed up. So yeah, I guess EZK being 50%. I wonder if you can fit that in still. With as many, like, overpowers. I love the AC temp. I love being an ice warrior, Jay, though. I'm just not a two-hander person, really. Like on MMORPGs. The fantasy aspect. I like the dual-wield fantasy. But switching between a two-hander and dual-wield's fine, like, because I'm used to that on mage, right? Between the staff and the dual-wield. So, like, I would use the same keybinds. So, it'll be fine. It's just you have to camp... Do you have to camp the EZK, by the way? Like, when you apply the Flamebound Rival thing, the special attack, basically, do I have to keep EZK on, or can I switch to my dual wield and then just use the EZK special? I'm probably not making any sense because I don't use it. Let me just see what it does. Wait, is that the damage thing? Let me read it. Your melee attack damage is increased by 12% against your flame-bound rival. You take 12% reduced damage from your flame. Yeah. Is it literally like, because of just the raw 12%, it's just too big? Like, no matter what, it's just too big. Let me just read the special, though. Oh, the special applies flame-bound rival. And then you hit it again, do you? Like a minute later. For the triple hit. I mean, doesn't it just stay as your flame-bound rival, though? But yeah, the 12%'s too big, basically. Can they not remove that passive? Why have they got it so big compared to Leng's when they're the same tier? That doesn't make sense to me. Like... Unless these are supposed to just be that accessible base power late game dual wield weapon, I don't know. But they're still a bill. It's not like dual wield magic, which are 150 mil. I'd understand it if they were cheaper, Jay, right? If that was what they were going for. But for a bill, that doesn't make sense compared to 2.4 bill. I know it's economically driven, but it's all based on drop rates and shit, right? So if that's what they're going with, then the price just doesn't make sense. The passives are anti-switchscape stuff. Can't they just put a passive on Leng's then? Unless it... I guess it already has a passive. Has someone not done the numerical stuff on it? Is it just because the spec's so crazy on EZK? In those, like, big, high damage scenarios, like, because of the triple hit. Maybe they overdid the spec, man. Just saying. But then... I don't know. I'm getting tired. Like, why can't they create weapons of the same tier that either make sense to always be together, or if we don't want switchscape, which I agree with, I don't want switchscape, make the passive on the Leng's work well on certain scenarios versus the EZK passive. Not even just the passive, it's the special too, it's everything, it's the whole package. So, high burst damage is important, but what about sustainable damage? I know insanely bursty damage is usually more useful, because it allows you to get away with, like, mistakes. Maybe, or does it? I don't know. I'm too tired to overanalyze it. I guess my first comment probably makes more sense in the aspect of, could these just be sustainable and then the EZK is just about big burst damage, you know, in that big spec that they've got, you know? And then also put one of those weird, like, passive things on here, like Flamebound Rival. Or just make it so you don't switch off these. I actually like the idea of where they're going with trying to force, trying to remove switchscape. I think that's a really good thing. It's just you can't just do it on one weapon. Like, let's just do it on all of them. But yeah, anyways, there's obviously a lot more to it. I'm just looking at it on the surface level. But yeah, melee feels really cool in general. I'm not going to deep dive into the EZK thing as well. You'd probably just, like most people, would probably just go like that and just EZK it. I just love dual wield. Yeah, it's just the raw damage of the spec. Yeah, that makes it so OP. They need to make something work, Jay, in my opinion. Or I'm just being salty because they've made dual wield redundant and I like dual wield stuff. EZK's better. End of. That's your next upgrade. That's a simple way of looking at it, I guess. Which is how they obviously see it right now. Just It just feels weird when they're the same tier, that's all. That's all that's weird about it, in my head. I'm like, how can that be, you know what I mean, in my head, that's all. Yeah. Yeah, end game changes, right? But that's like specific weapon changes, but I don't care if they alter weapons and stuff personally either. I don't mind that. Maybe the boss that's coming out at the end of the year, Jay, is gonna come out with something new. Well, it will be coming out with something new. We don't know what that is yet. Endgame weaponry. If it is, I don't know how difficult the boss fight's supposed to be. Like what tier they're going for. Anyways. We're gonna end there. Even though I want to keep playing, but I can't. I shouldn't. Thanks for engaging in the chat. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for the sub. Hey, Tastic once again coming in. 41 months, bro. Actually insane. Thank you very much, dude. Appreciate it. All my peripherals are running out of battery right now, so I actually have to start charging things up. I'm gonna go and give the RS guy a host a raid. Thank you so much for the sub there, Tastic. Ending my stream now. I'll see you in the next one, dude. I've been live all night. Take it easy, all. It's been good having you here. I better go before all my peripherals die. I need to recharge them. The wireless stuff. So later, guys. Take care. As I always say, good luck with your goals in this game and any other game that you play. All the best. See you in the next one. Melee feels good.